Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. We are finally here for episode 24 of the Darion Hopkins Show, and I'm your host, Darion of the Darion Hopkins Show. Today is Thursday, May 18th. We are one day away from the official new season of the WNBA draft. But that's not some of the topics that we have today. But shout out to all the subscribers. Shout out to all the people that like. Shout out to everybody that was in the building last night for the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics live play-by-play and reactions. Shout out to y'all for being there. We had over 500 people in the chat last night. So make sure y'all come through the live play-by-plays and reactions. We will be doing the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Lakers game 2 of the Western Conference Finals tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time right here on the Darion Hopkins Show YouTube page. And I just want to give a shout out to all the sponsors that I have so far for the Darion Hopkins Show. And the first sponsor is from SeatGeek. Now, SeatGeek is a website where you can get all your live events, all your live concerts, all your NBA games, NFL, NHL, all the sports events that you would like to go to. You can go to SeatGeek.com and use the promo code DHopkins to get first $20 off your first purchase. So make sure you go to SeatGeek.com and make sure you use that promo code DHopkins to get $20 off your first purchase with SeatGeek. And we do have another sponsor, which is Bet Us. Bet Us is a betting company that I have officially partnered with. And we do have 125% of your sports book will be on your initial deposit with Bet Us. If you look at the link in the description for that, you'll receive 125% of your sports book on your first initial deposit. So make sure you go hit the link in the description or go to betus.com using that link, ladies and gentlemen. But we have a lot to talk about. I look like I'm going to be a little bit by myself in this situation here. But hey, shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to everybody that's viewing. Make sure you share. Make sure you comment. Make sure you tell a friend that we are live for a great podcast today. So let's get straight into it because I'm not waiting around. I am not waiting around. You see why I got on the red and black, right? You see why I got on these colors, right? You see why I have on these colors, right? Heat culture, baby. Heat culture. I try to tell people, stop underestimating the Miami Heat. Now, let me tell y'all, yes, y'all might want to say I'm a bandwagger, and I really don't care what y'all say at this point. I really don't say, because I feel like the Miami Heat has a better organization, has better coaching, has better players than the Philadelphia 76ers. I am no longer a 76ers fan. I try to tell you all this many of times. I have told y'all this so many times. But I got to say this, though. The Miami Heat did what needed to be done last night. With no Tyler Hero, with no Victor Oladipo, they did what needed to be done last night. And I'm not taking nothing away from the Boston Celtics, because the Boston Celtics played a good 3 quarters. They sure did. They played good most of the fourth quarter as well. But when it came down to them last 5 minutes, Boston choked. I'm sorry to tell you, Boston absolutely choked in this first game 1 against Miami. We had a lot of players that's really not supposed to be in the game against these elite players. And this Miami team, it doesn't remind me of that Pistons team that beat the Lakers in the NBA Finals, but it kind of reminds me of their mentality of, we don't care how many superstars you got. We don't care what type of coach you got. We don't care about your 6th man of the year. We're going to come out and play Miami Heat basketball. We're going to come out and give you everything that we got. You're going to have to earn every shot. You're going to have to earn every foul shot. You're going to have to earn everything that you get on your possession. And Miami Heat's going to play their brand of basketball. And that's what they did. Even though Boston did the same thing as well. They did the same thing as well. Absolutely. I'll have taken nothing away from the Boston Celtics. Tatum is a star. He is. But sometimes he can be soft as well. Jaylen Brown, he's a star. I don't see him being in Boston next season. I just don't see it. I think he don't want to be on the side of Tatum because they know Tatum is the pinpoint guy with the Boston Celtics. You have some players over there. Marcus Smart, a defensive player of the year, that could be argued. That could be argued. Al Horford, he's finally getting back to himself of being a Boston Celtic from moving around from Philadelphia to OKC. He comes back. You sign Michael Brogdon in the offseason as a sixth man, and now he's the sixth man of the year. So, in my opinion here, Boston have everything they need to get back to the NBA Finals. But it's one stat that kills the Boston Celtics. And I'm going to tell it to Mac, but I'm going to tell it right here. It's one stat that kills the Boston Celtics. And that I don't understand. And it's this. The Boston Celtics are 11-11. They have 11-11 record in the last 22 games at home. That is not great. That is not great. 11-11 in the last 22 games. I don't understand that. You have all these great players. You have all these good players. So I'm kind of confused on when it comes down to the Boston Celtics at this moment. I'm kind of confused on them because if you sit here and tell me that you are the number 2 seed in the East, but in the last 22 games, you are 11-11. That means you're very beatable at home. You are. And Jason Tatum has some ill-advised turnovers in that fourth quarter that put Miami in a better situation. It just did. It put it in a better situation. And I was surprised they went to Tatum in the last 5 minutes, but he barely touched the ball in the fourth quarter. He only had 4 touches in the fourth quarter. 4. You're not going to win basketball games with your star only touching the ball 4 times in the fourth quarter. But with those 4 times, I think he only scored once out of those 4 times and had 3 turnovers on those possessions. So I can understand why they went away from him. But at the same time, I feel like you went too late to Jason Tatum. But this is the Eastern Conference Finals. If I'm Jason Tatum, you have to demand the ball. You have to demand the ball. If you want to be considered one of those guys, you want to be considered one of those boys, you're going to have to demand the basketball in the fourth quarter. So yeah, Jason Tatum, I'm calling you out. Yes, you had 29 points. You had a great game. But when it mattered, when it came down to that fourth quarter, you have not demanded the basketball. You wasn't in foul trouble. So why are you not demanding the ball? You only touched the ball 4 times in the fourth quarter. That is unacceptable. From a star that's been to the NBA Finals last year, from a star that was fourth, I think it was second or third or fourth in MVP voting, it's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Jaylen Brown was the only one really could score in the fourth quarter. I mean, Marcus Smart, yeah, he went to the foul line a few times. And that's another thing about the Boston Celtics. They're foul shooting. They was missing foul shots like crazy. They should be butter. The only one that should be able to miss foul shots is Robert Williams. Brogdon missed foul shots. Smart missed foul shots. Tatum missed foul shots. Jaylen Brown missed foul shots. I don't even think Al Horford even went to the foul line. I don't even think so. So, to me, Miami did what needed to be done with their role players. Gabe Vincent stepped up. Caleb Martin made some clutch threes. But Jimmy Butler is the reason why Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum is on 2 different levels. They just are. Because Jimmy Butler demands the ball in the fourth quarter when he knows his team needs a bucket. And that's what Jason Tatum needs to do if you want to consider yourself the it guy for the Boston Celtics. You have to demand the ball. You have to go in those huddles and them timeouts and be like, listen, I need the ball. Give me the ball. And I just feel like Tatum is, I don't think Tatum is that vocal leader to do that. But if you want to be considered one of the best players in the league, you have to be vocal. You got to be vocal. It's no way, no how that you sit there and think that, oh, they just gonna pass me the ball because I'm Jason Tatum and I don't say nothing to them. They just gonna give me the basketball. No. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So I'm questioning you, Jason Tatum, because I really hope that you demand the ball when it matters in game 2. Because if you don't, and Miami takes you out this game in the fourth quarter again, Miami might go up 2-0. Which I don't think they will. I don't think Miami will go up 2-0. But what I do think is this. I do think that if you don't demand the ball and you just have 4 other players trying to score and you not touching the ball, you have a long series, bruh. You have a long series. So I want to get into a few stats here from that game because I know Mac is not here. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Mac. He said he'd be on about 30 minutes. Okay. And I'm gonna go through the stats here because Mac is not here to defend and make an excuse about his Boston Celtics losing. Bobby, where you at? Because you ain't making no excuse either. Yeah, where y'all at? I'm curious. I'm curious where the Boston fans are at today. I'm really confused. A lot of people saying that the Boston Celtics played down the competition. I completely disagree with that. Do you really think that the Boston Celtics played down the competition? You have not seen what Miami done in this playoffs? Have you not seen? Because I'm confused. I mean, they beat the number 1 team 4-1, the best team in the East, according to that. They played a good up-and-coming New York Knicks team, took them to 6 games. And Jimmy Butler was phenomenal, even with a bad ankle. He was phenomenal in that series. So I'm really confused on how you're saying that people, like especially Trey Larkin, shout out to Trey, shout out to my boy Trey, because I don't have nothing against you, bro. I know you're a Boston Celtics fan. I know you are. But to say that they played down to competition, this team has not had Tyler Hero since round 1 and winning series and winning games. Miami should not be overlooked. If I'm the Boston Celtics, they should not be overlooked. They definitely should not be overlooked. So stop that madness of saying that they played down the competition, because Miami is a competitor. They are a competitive team. Understand they are the AFC, but look what they had to do to get there. They lost their first playing game to the Atlanta Hawks. At home at that. And then you go and have to go to Chicago and beat Chicago to get into the play-in. So that's 2 games you had to play. Then you upset the number 1 team in the East 4-1 with and without Giannis Antetokounmpo. They have a great guy in Jalen Brunson in New York. Very young team at that. But you don't have your stars in Tyler Hero, and then you don't have your bench role player in Victor Oladipo. You don't have those guys. But like I said before, you cannot underestimate a team, because it was on the ESPN predictor. They had they had Miami only a 14% chance of winning that game last night. 14%. So yeah, it's all about heat culture over here, baby, because I'm going to talk my talk. So the Miami Heat end up winning this game 123-116. And the Heat takes a lead of 1-0. Now, this is what I really want to get into when it comes to it. The team stats, because the team stats was kind of identical when it came down to this. Field goals, they was 54% from the field for Miami, 51 for the Boston Celtics. 51% from the three for the Miami Heat. 51%. 34% for Boston. Boston only made 10 of 29 three-pointers. The Heat made 16 of 31. Free throws, not really that best for either team. 78%, 75% for Boston. When it comes to rebounds, 34 to 35. So technically, we only out-rebound them by 1 point. Basically, we only out-rebound them by 1 point. 20 assists to the Miami Heat, 22 assists to the Boston Celtics. 12 steals for Miami. That is a stat right there. 12 steals to Boston, 6 steals. 12 steals. And I think that Boston had 6 turnovers in the second half. I think 6 or 7, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure about that. But the total, actually, I'm wrong. Total turnovers was at 15 for both teams. But in that fourth quarter, in the last 5 minutes, Boston had more turnovers in the last 5 minutes in that quarter. Points off of turnovers. We had 26 points off of turnovers. They had 22. So pretty identical, pretty close there. And then you have fast break points. 15 fast break points for the Boston Celtics. 12 fast break points for the Miami Heat. Points in the paint. 62 points in the paint and Boston loses. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand 62 points in the paint to 40 points in the paint for Miami, and Miami still won this game. That's kind of a big margin. It's kind of a big margin there. 18 fouls to Boston, 22 fouls for Miami. The largest lead that both teams had in here, Boston had a 13-point lead. Miami had a 12-point lead. So to get back to things, most of those was very identical outside of the points in the paint was 62 to 40. In the steals, 12 steals for the Miami Heat and only 6 for the Boston Celtics. So it looked like better defense was being played when it came to there. So let's look at how Miami really won this game. Let's be honest here. The only person that didn't have double figures that played tonight was Kevin Love with only 8 points. But he was 2 for 3 from the three-point line, 3 or 4 from the field, and only played 16 minutes. But Jimmy Butler, 43 minutes, 12 or 25 from the field, 2 or 4 from the three-point line, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 35 points. Jimmy Butler looked like the Jimmy Butler that we looked in the first games. That's what it looked like. Bam Adebayo, 37 minutes, 9 of 13 from the field. He did not have took the three-point shot. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 20 points. That's for Bam Adebayo. Then you have Gabe Vincent, 36 minutes, 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line with 15 points. But I need Gabe Vincent to shoot more. When you're wide open like that, I understand you want to dribble and pass it out. But if it's there, take the shot. If it's there, take the shot. You have to take the shot there. Because if you don't take it, it's going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue. Max Strus, 34 minutes, 6 of 10, 3 of 5 from the three-point line, 3 rebounds, no assists, but he had 15 points in clutch moments. And the bench for the Miami Heat, Duncan Robinson played 7 minutes, but he only took 2 shots. He didn't play that much. I think you need to put him in a rotation a little bit more to get him a rhythm. 7 minutes is not enough for a Duncan Robinson. We know that he's a pure shooter. He can get hot, he can get cold. Caleb Martin played 30 minutes, 6 of 11 from the field, 3 of 7 from the three-point line, 4 rebounds, and 15 points. Kyle Lowry was magnificent tonight. He was magnificent last night. And you can see it here, that with 25 minutes, 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line, 15 points. So I see why Duncan Robinson didn't get enough time, because Lowry and Caleb Martin was balling. They was balling. Now let's go to the Boston Celtics box score. Now you still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in double figures that still lost this game. Jason Tatum had 41 points, 9 of 17 for the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 30 points. 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He only shot the ball 4 times at the three-point line. That's kind of surprising for Jason Tatum. That's really surprising. Al Horford played 32 minutes, 3 of 8 from the field, 1 for 5 at home at the three-point line. 1 for 5. 6 rebounds. He didn't even have 10 rebounds, unfortunately. But he only had 7 points. Yeah, Al Horford, you got to play better in the playoffs, bro. You got to play better if you think, yeah, you got to play better. As simple as that. You just got to play better. Robert Williams played 26 points. 26 minutes, I'm sorry. 26 minutes, 6 of 6 from the field. Didn't attempt the three-point shot. We all know that he's not going to attempt the three-point shot. We all know that. And he had 14 points, 7 boards. If you look at the starting 5 for the Boston Celtics, nobody had double-digit rebounds. Nobody did. If you look at Marcus Smart, 34 minutes, 3 of 7 from the field, 2 for 4 from the three-point line, only 1 rebound for Marcus Smart. Surprising about that. Very, very surprising about that. 11 rebounds, 2 fouls. He only had 13 points. Jaylen Brown, 39 minutes, 10 of 21 from the field, 1 of 6 from the 3. How are y'all shooting this bad at home? I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. How Boston shoots better when they on somebody else's floor than they shoot at home. That is the most confusing thing to me. That is very confusing. It doesn't make no sense that you only shoot, like, you really didn't make that many, like, make them much better. You shooting like that at home. I'm really confused on what Boston is trying to do here. Because they only shot 34.5% from the field. I mean, you had Malcolm Brogdon played 37 minutes, 7 of 14, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 19 points. Derek White gave you 11 with 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line in 21 minutes. And Pritchard played 12 minutes and he couldn't make a shot. Only took 2 shots. So for me, Miami, they did what needed to be done. They just wanted it more in the fourth quarter. They just wanted it more. What's going on, Snowman? What's going on, Snowman? Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, my brother. Good afternoon. But morning, Sunny from Washington State. What's going on, Mickey? Mickey, what's going on? What's going on? Bug, let me know if you want me to have you up here, bro. Let me know if you want me to have you up here real quick. Just let me know. But Miami did what needed to be done, bro. Miami needed to be done. And I feel like with the Boston Celtics, they have to play they got to play better basketball, man. They got to play better basketball. If they want to win, if Boston wants to play better, and Boston wants to go back to the NBA Finals, you're going to have to play better basketball in the fourth quarter. Yeah, the 3 quarters, yes. 3 quarters is fine. But you got in them last 5 minutes, like I said earlier in this segment. For lunch, yes. No, I'm talking to Bug. Not Mickey, not y'all. I'm talking to Bug that's in my back studio. That's what I'm talking to. Or Skrill, whatever one he wants me to call him. But I'll come up for a few minutes while I'm prepping my play-by-play call. No, it's good. It's good. I already had my co-host. It's already good. Snowman Media. It's already good. Because I got my co-hosts coming up here real soon. But 123 to 116. Miami gets the series. You know, I can't really say much. I broke it down for y'all. So it's all good, man. It's all good. Miami defeats the Boston Celtics in that nature. So let's talk about a few things here because I really want to talk about this as well. Let's switch to the NFL real quickly before because I want to get my other guys up here before I go into any other actual topics when it comes to it. Hey, Mickey, make sure you share the live. Make sure y'all share the live. Make sure y'all share it. Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. We trying to get to 3K here, so make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. But let's talk about it. Ex-NFL player, former Las Vegas Raider, Damon Arnette. And the reason why I want to talk about this, and the reason why I want to talk about it is because this to show some limelight to John Morant. This can show some limelight to John Morant. And I'm going to say this because Damon Arnette has been indicted in Las Vegas for hotel valet gun case. Now, it does say here that the former NFL cornerback Damon Arnette has been indicted in Nevada on a felony charge, allegedly being brandished with a handgun during an argument in a Las Vegas Strip casino valet back in January of 2022. Now, the 2021 overall pick in Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Raiders due to arraign on May 24th in state court in Las Vegas on an assault with a weapon and a concealed firearm charges. This could lead to prison time if he is convicted of displaying a .45 caliber handgun and threatened a man outside of the Park MGM Hotel, court's records showed on Tuesday. Now, Ross Goodman of the Las Vegas attorney represented Arnette and did not immediately respond to the telephone and email messages about the indictment, which was filed on May 12th in the Clark County District Court. Now, prosecutors last year dropped drug and weapon charges against Arnette, citing a lack of sufficient evidence in this case. But Clark County District Attorney Steve Wilson told Las Vegas Review-Journal that the case might be presented in a grand jury if the investigators provide any additional information, and Arnette lives in Baytown Beach, Florida. Arnette is 26 years old and only played 13 games for the Las Vegas Raiders before being dropped by the team in a November 2021 after a social media video appeared of him showing a gun and threatening someone's life with multiple guns. He was not charged with a crime at that time. His arrest 2 months later of a suspicious weapons and drug offenses after an altercation in a strip club, and his release by the Kansas City Chiefs, who had signed him to a reserve contract. Arnette played college football at Ohio State and was a second draft pick by the Raiders in 2020. But the reason why I wanted to talk about that in a situation about Damon Arnette is getting indicted for gun charges. And the reason why I wanted to bring limelight to this because John Morant, okay, Bug, no problem. But this is why I brought this situation up about Damon Arnette, because I really want to bring some limelight to John Morant, or how things can go a 360 if you don't make the right decisions. And this goes off to Damon Arnette's situation. Look at what happened to Damon Arnette. Was one of the top corners in Ohio State. I thought he was a reach for us in 2020 for the Las Vegas Raiders. But John Morant, you got to understand the decisions you make can end you up like this, like Damon Arnette. He has not learned his lesson. And you don't want to go down that road if you're John Morant. You don't want to go down the same road as Damon Arnette. I understand that you did not threaten anybody with these guns. I understand that. But he did the same thing that got him in trouble. The same thing that got him released from the Las Vegas Raiders, going on social media, going live with guns in your hand. Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs signed him on a reserve deal, but he still couldn't get his act together, making millions of dollars. And to mess it up because you did not want to change your surroundings. You did not want to change the people around you. Understand, you might not do drugs or sell drugs, John Morant. I know that. But in the same token, you see what's happening to Damon Arnette, man. Damon Arnette he was all right. He stayed injured for the Las Vegas Raiders, but he couldn't take the hood out of him. When you're making millions of dollars, people going to think that you're a sellout. You're not giving back to the community and stuff of that nature because you're making millions of dollars. I completely disagree with that. You have to change your surroundings when you're making that kind of money. Because everybody's going to ask you for $1. Everybody's going to ask you for some cash. Oh, let's go do this. Let's go do that. Knowing that you are a public figure. I don't care if you didn't play as many games. I don't care. But you're still a public figure because you're representing a brand in the NFL. You're representing a brand in the NBA. So I hope you read this article, John Morant. I hope you looked at what happened to Damon Arnette. Does not happen to you. That's why I wanted to bring that limelight. I want to bring that limelight to it because your career could be gone in a snap of a finger as a black athlete in this world. Now, if this was a white athlete, I'm not going to try to play the race card. We don't know what happens if this is a white athlete. We don't know. We don't know. But the target is on our backs as African Americans and being athletes. The target is on our back. It is. I don't want to make this the right thing because I don't have nothing against white people. I don't. So I just want to make that very clear. I have nothing against white people. I don't. One of my co-hosts is white. So I don't have nothing against people of that nature. I just don't. But we living in a world that we're more dangerous to lose our lives than what they are, unfortunately. So John Morant, I really hope that you read that article about Damon Arnette and how he was a top draft pick in the NFL, a first round draft pick at that. And once he decided to go on social media, show guns, and threaten people, and lose his career in a 360. In a 360. That man didn't have more than at least 2 years in the NFL. He didn't even have 2 years. So if I'm Damon Arnette, bro, if you get indicted, you got to change too, man. That's what I'm saying. When these young players get into the NBA, get into the NFL, or get into baseball, or get into hockey, or get into any major league sport, you have to watch your surroundings. You have to watch who you hang around, especially if you're an African American man. You have to, because if you don't, the target is on your back. If you mess up one time, that's it. That is completely it. So as an African American man, listen, I know that I'm probably not as popular as of right now, but I'm learning. I'm learning as I go. And Damon Arnette did not learn his lesson. John Morant, I hope you learn your lesson, because this is in a 2-month span that you flash guns on social media. Stop acting like you're gangster and you're not. Damon Arnette, stop acting like you're gangster and you're not. Us black athletes have to make better decisions. I understand Henry Ruggs' decision was for him to get in the car while he was drunk. I understand it, but you got to make better decisions. And now you might be doing 3 to 10, Henry Ruggs. And this happened in Vegas as well. And as a Raiders fan, I always said that I kind of wish that we never moved. But I understand why we had to move financially. But I just wish we never moved out of Oakland. If Oakland would have gave us a stadium in Oakland, and that's why the Oakland A's are leaving. Because the city of Oakland is broke. They are completely broke. They don't want to give they didn't want to give the Golden State Warriors a new arena. They didn't want to give the Raiders a new stadium. They didn't want to give the Oakland A's a new stadium. It's sad. So everybody's moving to Vegas. Vegas about to be this big sports city. Plus everything else going on around it. It's about to be really hectic in Las Vegas. So if you are a player that's for the Golden Knights, that's for the Aces, that's for the Raiders, stay out of trouble if you're going to play in Las Vegas. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble because Las Vegas will put you in trouble. And a lot of things happen in Las Vegas. This is how bad Las Vegas can really be. It goes all the way back to Tupac. That's how far it goes back. It goes back to Tupac when he got shot at the Tyson fight in Las Vegas. So it goes that far back. So you have to be mindful about things you do in that city. Yes, turn up, have a good time, have great vibes, understanding that. But make smarter decisions. Because Henry Ruggs could not make smarter decisions. Damon Arnette didn't make smart decisions. Just didn't. And I just really hope Ja Morant sees that. I don't care what city you were in when you were holding these guns on social media. I don't care about that, Ja Morant. I don't care about that. But what I do care about is that you have a chance to make this right. Even though that you're going to get a massive suspension because you did this within the 2 months prior. But you got to make better decisions after this because you know you're going to probably miss majority of the season because of this. I just really hope he finds a mentor. I really hope that he finds somebody to guide him in the right direction so he won't lose his career, especially lose his brands with Nike and Powerade, and probably other brands that I don't know about. So yeah, absolutely. I wanted to shine some light on that. I might repeat myself again because I don't know what the co-hosts are doing as of right now. I know Max said he'll be on like about 30 minutes, so hopefully he'll be on there soon. Ed's at a doctor's appointment, so I know he'll be on here soon. But it's been a lot of topics that's been very, very interesting to me when it comes to this. So I'm not going to get into the bets just yet because I'm gonna wait for Mac to get on here to get the bets going. But so make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, man. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers right now. We at 2.4, try to get to 2.5 by the end of today. And I will be going live again, just to let you know, I'll be going live again at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time for the Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets live play-by-play and reactions. So make sure you tune in to that. Make sure y'all tune into that, and that's going to be very, very interesting. A very good game like we had in game one. So it's going to be very, very good to see how things are going to turn out here. So let me get my next topic up here. So this was I forgot where I got this topic from. But yeah, but shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. Alex Raider Martin, man. He said, same here, Darion. I never wanted the Raiders to move out of Oakland. Absolutely. I did not want them to move out of Oakland either. I did not want them to move out of Oakland either. So I definitely sit there and agree with you on that part. Because I did not want them to leave Oakland. But I'm gonna get into the next NFL topic that we have, and that is ranking the 8 NFL divisions by quarterback. The AFC claims they have the top 3 spots. The North headlines on the NFC side. This is according to NFL.com, so I want to make it clear. This is according to NFL.com about ranking the 8 NFL divisions by quarterback. So, and I wanted to bring some more NFL limelight to y'all, but it has not been enough really great topics when it came down to it. So, ranking the 8 NFL divisions by quarterback. So, we're going to go with the first division here, and that is the AFC North. The AFC North, you have the Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they rank Lamar Jackson as the number 1 quarterback in the AFC North. Then you have Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, and then Kenny Pickett. I'm kind of surprised about that because I feel like Joe Burrow has been more successful than Lamar Jackson. Now, do I know that Lamar Jackson is a better talent than Joe Burrow? As far as athlete-wise, yes, I know that for a fact. But to say that, Lamar Jackson, then Joe Burrow. I think that should be flip-flopped. I know Ed and I know Ed and Matt gonna have something to say about that, and I know they don't like the Cincinnati Bengals because they Baltimore Ravens fans, understanding that as well. But the Baltimore Ravens has Lamar Jackson, Cincinnati Bengals Joe Burrow, Cleveland Browns Deshaun Watson, and Pittsburgh Steelers Kenny Pickett. Now, the reason why they have Deshaun Watson at number 3 just because of what he did last year. And we all know he had to miss a lot of games last year due to him getting traded from the Texans and missing them games with all the women allegations and stuff of that nature. So I'll see why, but I wouldn't be surprised if Deshaun Watson elevates his game and gets back to what he is when it comes down to quarterbacks. Now, Lamar Jackson, he just got a big contract, just got some big money. Now it's put up or shut up for him. I think Joe Burrow kind of solidified his spot in this division because according to NFL.com, it says that Burrow is just about everything you want in a franchise quarterback: the leadership, the swagger, the processing ability, the snack for delivering in the fourth quarter, watching the former Heisman Trophy winner, which he was number 1 in LSU. He definitely came with some great talent with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and there's some other guys that they're going to have. Put Lamar on the Bengals, and that would be crazy, or Watson with the Bengals. Hey, you just never know, Hefe KC. You just never know with that. You just never know with that. But they had Lamar Jackson as the number 1 quarterback in the AFC North, which I disagree with. I think Joe Burrow has accomplished more than what Lamar Jackson has accomplished. Yes, Joe Burrow has not won an MVP, but Joe Burrow has been to 2 AFC championships. He has been to a Super Bowl in the 3 years that he's in the couple of years that he's been there. He's been to 2 AFC championships and a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson didn't even peak a AFC championship in the career that he's been in. I don't think, from what I remember, I don't even think he has been in the AFC championship game. I think he lost them. I think back-to-back losses in the playoffs came from divisionals, if I'm not mistaken. So I feel like as of right now, if you want to look at teams, Joe Burrow and Cincinnati Bengals should be the number 1 quarterback in this division until proven differently. Yes, I understand that Lamar Jackson's a great athlete. I understand that. I understand he's 45-16 in his career record. But we going completely off of last year, it has to be Joe Burrow, or the last couple of years. It has to be Joe Burrow as the number 1 quarterback in the AFC North. Now let's go to the AFC East, ladies and gentlemen. The AFC East. You have Josh Allen for the Buffalo Bills, Tua Tagovailoa for the Miami Dolphins. Then you have Mac Jones for the New England Patriots and Aaron Rodgers for the New York Jets. This is a difficult one because Josh Allen has been owning this AFC East for a long, long time. Has been owning it to the core. Tua Tagovailoa, another thing with him, Tua needs to get healthy. He needs to make sure that he's absolutely fine to play all 17 games, because I think that's really what's hindering him from being elevated as a top 10 quarterback or a top 5 quarterback. So Tua has to be 100% healthy. That you can't even explain nothing to me about that. He has to be healthy. Mac Jones, it looked like Mac Jones might be a bust for the New England Patriots, but what other quarterbacks do New England have that can replace him right now? Mac Jones don't have no receivers. They lost Nelson Aguilar. They lost Jacoby Myers. They bring in Juju Smith-Schuster from the Kansas City Chiefs. But I think that's not enough. You trade Jonnu Smith. You do still have Hunter Henry there. You have some good running backs. But I still think it's not enough to try to compete in this AFC East. I don't think it's enough. I don't think that's not enough help for Mac Jones. I don't even know who the number 2 receiver will be in New England at this point. So coming to the AFC East and looking at it, I'm thinking like, okay, AFC East, Josh Allen, he had an okay year last year. It wasn't his best year, but he had an okay year. But Aaron Rodgers, we all know what Aaron Rodgers is capable of. We all know. that he's bringing a dynamic to the New York Jets. They have some very young receiving core with Garrett Wilson and bringing over Randall Cobb and bringing over and then Denzel Mims coming over, the Alan Lazard coming over. You know, you still got Michael Carter as your running back with Bryce Young. I think that's what his name is, Bryce Young or something like that. I think it's Bryce Young or something Bryce. I know what it is. I forgot. I don't know if I'm saying the name wrong. I'm saying the name wrong. Oh well, doesn't matter to me. But he's bringing a different dynamic to this New York Jets offense. And I wouldn't put Aaron Rodgers at number 4 right now in this AFC East, but I could understand why he's there because we have to see what he could do with the New York Jets. We got to see what he can do. I mean, Tua is all right. Tua's good. And what's up, man? What's going on?
What up? Sorry I'm late today, man.
Hey, I already went past a majority of the damn topic. Shit. Because I was waiting on y'all.
Man, I'm up here in PA. I'm putting down an epoxy flooring.
Wait, what part of PA you in?
I'm in Littlestown right now, between Littlestown and York.
Okay. That's
I'm not real deep into PA.
Yeah, you're not real deep into PA. I could say that.
Yeah.
But I was just talking about the they ranking them by quarterback through each division here. So I'm gonna be completely honest with you, bro. I know Lamar Jackson, they say that he's the number 1 quarterback in the AFC North, but I completely disagree with that.
I mean, between him and Joe Burrow, man, that's tight.
I don't think it's tight as of right now. And I think it's tight. I think Joe Burrow should be the clear quarterback in the AFC North. I mean he's been to 2 AFC championships in a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson haven't even sniffed the AFC championship yet. I mean, athletic. If we talking strictly off,
but hold on. Again, but if we're talking about talents that Joe Burrow has had since he came into the league, and the talents that Lamar Jackson has had since he came into the league, that's night and day.
Which I completely agree. That's my
argument.
I completely agree.
This year,
but Matt, hear me out. I completely agree. I agree with that. But this is what happens when you draft a quarterback and you don't put nothing around him. That's your organization's fault.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you look at the last couple of years that what Cincinnati has done, they have drafted well. They built around Joe Burrow. They went out and got his number 1 receiver out of college in Jamar Chase.
Absolutely.
So if you look at the Bengals before they had Burrow, they wasn't drafting well. They was like, oh, if we're going to get to a point that we want to get to an AFC championship, I'm saying
the Cincinnati Bengals have always drafted well, and they've always played good football because luckily they have good management. I don't care what anybody says. Marvin Lewis was so underrated for what he was given.
Yeah, but that goes to show that this has always been Baltimore's thing. Build the defense in the running game. That's always been what Baltimore's identity always been.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you know you got an MVP caliber quarterback, you'll go out and go get the best players for that MVP quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And again, like I said, I mean, you're talking about guys. Our franchise and our front office has steadily built through the draft. And that's just how we're built. That's the reason why we let guys walk. We get compensatory picks, and we rebuild. We steadily we value our picks more than anything. We only pick up veteran players on positions that we absolutely need to. And you're right. Like again, we focus on trying to have a good defense and do what we can on offense. And
it should be like that. I think you should have a balanced offense as well. You should have athletes all around to try to win games because the offense puts points on the board. 90% of the time, it's going to be the offense that put points on the board. Defense gets some pick 6 here and there. You get some fumbles picked up for a touchdown, but your offense is your nucleus of you winning games.
Yeah, I mean, because let's get real. We're not talking about the 2000 Ravens defense. You know what I mean? The Ravens defense ain't going to pitch a bunch of shutouts and stuff like that. So, I mean, they're going to be good this year. But again, me personally, I don't like the system that we're running, where we're going more to a 4-3 system. I like having the 3-4. I like having four Russian linebackers. I mean, two Russian linebackers out there because you never know who's going to drop in the coverage and who's going to come.
Right. But they have Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, and Kenny Pickett. Now, I can say this about Deshaun Watson. He missed a lot of games last year due to all that stuff that he had off the field. I know the Cleveland Browns ain't no great competitive team. You really didn't put. I mean, you still got Amari Cooper there. I know that.
Listen.
But
They have the Browns as far like they have a good pass rush defense, and they got back end help. So they're not a complete defense, but they have a defense that I don't think is on average is not going to give you more than 21 points. That's probably what they'll average out throughout the season, which is pretty good in the passing league today.
Yeah, but we ranking them by quarterback. We ranking them by quarterback.
Quarterback. I mean, why Watson is guy. I mean, he the only person he's better than in this division is Kenny Pickett. Right. And we
as of right now,
we might not even be able to say
season.
that halfway into the year. You know what I mean? Right. Kenny Pickett might be outplaying him by halfway through the season.
Yeah, because I mean they went out and got Pittsburgh went out and got some young receivers. I mean I know they traded Claypool last year and stuff of that nature, but I still think that Kenny Pickett is still on a rise. He's young. He played his rookie season. Of course, you're going to put him fourth ranked in the division because he has a lot to prove. Now, Deshaun Watson, he's going to be ranked third until proven differently until you could do something with this Cleveland Browns team. Joe, to me, Lamar Jackson is 2 and then Joe Burrow's 1. You probably have it flip-flopped. But hey, everybody agrees to disagree.
And I'll say this, and I'll say why I have Lamar first. Okay, Lamar Jackson's winning percentage is better. Okay, and he has the ability to single-handedly win you a game. He's done it for us multiple times, where he's had to throw a short pass, get on the ball, and then run the ball 30 yards, run the ball 40 yards, run the ball for a touchdown, because these are the things where you have to load the box against Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? So you load the box and have everybody coming to Lamar Jackson. He cuts out like he's going to run. He pitches it 10 yards down the field. And how many times have we seen our wide receivers go for 20 yards, 30 yards because the defense collapses on Lamar?
Which is completely understandable, but we must not forget how many fourth quarter comebacks that he had in the playoffs with Joe Burrow as well.
Yeah, no, I mean,
which that matters.
I'm not taking anything away from Joe Burrow. I'm just saying, like, as far as a game-changing quarterback, like Joe Burrow, if you put everything on him, pass rush, get him out of the pocket, get him frustrated, you know what I mean? Versus Lamar Jackson, like it's the whole thing for me again is who's going to win that game, who's going to take over the game. Joe Burrow can. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying my money. I'd rather put money on Lamar Jackson. A healthy Lamar Jackson is essentially, in my opinion,
athletic wise, I'll take a Lamar Jackson as an athlete.
I'm taking him second best. Like I mean, everybody can say that he can't throw, but I can show you a compilation of fucking easy ass throws where he's just flicked the ball and it went 50 yards to a wide open Andrews.
I just want him to be a little bit. I just want Lamar to be a little bit more consistent. I just need a little bit more consistent with that.
And I feel like this year he has the weapons to be more consistent.
Yeah, he's going to have to. He's going to have to earn that money this year, in my personal opinion.
But, I mean, again, he's had more weapons than he ever has. He has 2 pass-catching tight ends that are literally – I guarantee Isaiah Likely is going to have a huge jump this year as far as numbers go because he's just too damn good. Last year, we seen his jumping numbers by halfway through the season. Like even in preseason, he was looking lights out. So you have him and Mark Andrews. Then you turn around on as far as the wide receivers, we got the main 3 guys we need. So I mean, you got OBJ, you got Flowers, and you got Bateman. And we also got Nelson. We got Duvernay. We got Prochet. Like, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I feel like he's going to have a year of a year better than his MVP year. It's no excuse. There's no excuse for him this year. It's nothing.
Listen. The only two positions that I worry about on this team this year is left guard, who gets that left guard spot, and how consistent is our running back? Who's going to be our main running back, and are they going to be consistent? Is Dobbins going to stay healthy and be consistent for an entire year? Can Edwards, pound the rock straight down the middle like he's been doing? Because again, his injuries are the same thing with him. We got two of our top running backs stay injured. So again, it's that's why I said, like, hey man, fucking let's do it. Let's get on the fucking ball. Let's go get a running back. Let's go get a Derrick Henry. Let's go get a Saquon Barkley. Let's Dalvin Cook. I mean, well, Dalvin Cook just got moved, didn't he?
No, he didn't get moved. I didn't see it on news. They saying that Boog was trying to say should the Dolphins go get Dalvin Cook?
Okay. That's what it was. Okay, I know I seen somebody mention Cook earlier. Well,
he was saying that. Yeah, should they go get Dalvin Cook?
I mean, that's another guy that we could.
But that's tough though, because he's coming off of injury.
I mean, but if he produces, that's worth the gamble, depending on how much you pay for him. And like I said, again, I mean, at this point, we're gambling. We're gambling on this year. That's why we got OBJ. Like, if we weren't gambling on this year, then why would we have picked him up? We wouldn't have. So let's go get a running back. We have enough good offensive linemen in the rotation to where it's going to be a good battle for left guard. It's just like that's the linchpin right now. Whoever plays that position is more than likely going to be the weakest link on that line. And that's what I worry about for Lamar Jackson. But again, we have, in my opinion, the best offensive lines coach in the league. So that's just my opinion. Because if you've seen it, if you've tracked the Ravens' history at all, we've given more offensive starting linemen to this league than I think any other team in the last 10 years.
Well, we just go ahead to see
that have at least one offensive lineman from the Ravens in the last 5 years. And there's two teams. Well, no, there's one team now that has two of our old players.
Well, we just gonna have to see and come back to this segment when we do it by quarterback. Because I was just right before you came up here, I was talking about the AFC East. They got Josh Allen, Tua Tagovailoa, Mac Jones, and then Aaron Rodgers. I understand why they have Aaron Rodgers there, because Aaron Rodgers have to prove it and see what he could do with this Jets team. I can completely understand that. And I know that
number two.
No, they have Tua as number 2, then Mac Jones, then Aaron Rodgers. But the reason why I say that, I understand why they have him there, because it's still unproven of what Aaron Rodgers is going to do with this Jets team.
It doesn't matter. Consistency and availability are the biggest fucking issues when it comes to quarterbacks. And I'm not in love with Aaron Rodgers anymore. I don't think he's the best and greatest thing since sliced bread. But you're not going to tell me that he's better than Tua. He is. He's better than Tua, especially right now in his career. What is Tua won? I mean, that is the same thing like you said with Lamar Jackson. Like there's not enough there, other than he's had good games. Absolutely, he was on a hell of a season. Absolutely, but the whole thing is you need to finish it.
He said, dude, you killed it last night during the game. I went through 20 shows and stopped at yours. Good work. I'm in for tomorrow night too. Hey, if you want to come through the night net surfer, we doing Lakers and Nuggets at 8:30. So if you want to come through and chill in the chat with us, then you could definitely do that as well, man. We're gonna get back to basketball once we get through these NFL divisions by ranking by quarterback. They do have the AFC North has some of the best quarterbacks in there, but they still have to rank them 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't know why they have Tua at 2. And I said it right before you came on. I said that Tua has to be healthy. That's the only thing. That's the only issue with the Miami Dolphins and Tua. He just has to be healthy. Yeah. If he's 100% cleared and he could play through 17 games, I am absolutely for him being number 2 as of right now.
Yeah,
it's still uncertain.
It's a prove it. You have to prove to be number 2.
Right.
And again, like I said, this is Aaron Rodgers. He's consistently, if he's not hurt, he's played pretty consistent. But if he gets in a slump and he's losing, yeah, he can go crybaby mode, and we've all seen it, and I get it. But you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But in my mind, I know that Aaron Rodgers today, that everything that we know right now is better than Tua. So yeah, no, I'm putting Tua at 3.
So who you put at? So you'll put Rodgers at 2, and then you'll put Rodgers at 2 and Tua at 3.
Yeah.
And put Mac Jones at 4. Makes sense.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I just feel bad for Mac Jones because he doesn't have nothing yet. You signed Juju Smith-Schuster. I get that. But you have nothing over there offensively that can help you elevate your game. You have nothing. Yeah, you got Hunter Henry, but he stays injury prone. He ain't been great since he left the Chargers. So I kind of feel bad for Mac Jones. He's in a bad situation in New England. He's in a bad situation.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that, but at the same time, it's like, again, if you're worth your salt, you're gonna make something happen. You're gonna make something happen. Because I mean, I put it this way: Joe Burrow got put on the Panthers. I bet you he would have got the Panthers to the playoffs. He might not have won in the playoffs, but he'd have got there.
I don't think so because I don't know because
no, I mean I'm talking about like last year.
Last year, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about like through those years because they got a DJ Moore. They got and I'm hypotheticals. I understand the draft doesn't line up that way, but I'm saying like given what their offense has been in the last couple of years, you put anybody else in a position like that, like top quarterbacks can go to any team and they're going to elevate that team. Mac Jones is not a top quarterback, at least not yet, not from what I've seen in any way, shape, or form. I mean, literally, I don't think he could be higher than 3 in any division.
Yeah, I could say that. So as far as the rankings go, they have AFC North is the number one ranked by quarterbacks when it comes to it. Then they have their rankings with the quarterbacks. Then they have AFC East as number 2, which I really disagree here because I think the next division is the AFC West has better quarterbacks to me in that division than they have in the NFC East. I mean, you got Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Justin Herbert. Like, I mean, those 4 quarterbacks in itself is, for me, Patrick Mahomes is better than Josh Allen in my personal opinion. Now, I think Russell Wilson is going to have a bounce back year, and Russell Wilson is better than Tua. That's just my opinion. Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Mac Jones. Now, the only thing I can say, Aaron Rodgers is not better than Justin Herbert. I can say that. Aaron Rodgers is better than Justin Herbert when it comes to stats wise. But if you look at that division, like the AFC West should be number 2 instead of number 3. If you want to go by divisions, in my opinion.
I mean, I get it because it's hard because it's like, yes, Herbert is a good quarterback, but he hasn't really won anything.
Yeah, because he's on the chokers. The chokers have not won anything.
Yeah,
the chokers have not won nothing.
But that's what I'm saying. So you know what I mean? That it's like
I just feel like the first 3 quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes is better than Josh Allen.
Yeah.
To me, sure. Russell Wilson is better than Tua. And Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Mac Jones.
Listen. If we're gonna grade what they did last year, even with Tua's injury, I would still take Tua over Wilson.
I don't see. This is my thing with the Broncos
league, and I'm going.
Their offensive line was bad. Their offensive line was bad in Denver, man.
In Miami's wasn't.
Miami's was too, but nobody was worse. Russell Wilson was the second most sacks behind Tua last year.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. I watched a couple of them Denver games, man. There was quite a few times where throughout the game, he was sacked because of himself. He threw in the coverage on his own. Like nobody forced you to throw in the coverage. Throw the ball out. Throw the ball away. Why is that not preached more often, especially with the quarterback play now? Like, it's so pass happy. Okay, if you want to pass the ball, if nothing is there and you got a defensive line breathing down your neck, just throw the ball out. Why even give up a sack? Why force a throw and give up an interception when you throw it out of bounds?
I think it's going to change this year. I think Sean Payton is going to really change offensively how they really think. Because if you look at Nathaniel Hackett, he wasn't meant to be a head coach. And I think that was the dumbest move that Denver did, is hiring Nathaniel Hackett last year. Even though, yeah, he had success with Aaron Rodgers and those guys over in Green Bay, but doesn't mean he's built to be a head coach. And he wasn't built because that team quit on him. They quit on Nathaniel Hackett. And Russell Wilson was ready for the season to be over. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. But I still think me personally, if you want to look at the stature of Russell Wilson outside of last year, he's still better than Mac Jones, and he's still better than Tua, in my opinion.
I just listen. If you're that seasoned of a quarterback, like when you start making the mistakes that Russell Wilson was making, when you're starting to decline.
I think he just had one bad year. I don't think he's starting to decline. I think he just had one bad year. I think he's going to bounce back this year, but I feel like my Raiders is going to sweep him again. But I'm just saying, I had to throw that out there real quick. But I think we're going to sweep him again. But I feel like Russell Wilson is going to bounce back this year.
Like if the Raiders sweep him, then that just proves my point.
It doesn't. It doesn't, because we have been sweeping them for the last 3 years. So it really doesn't prove a point. And Russell Wilson only played us one season against us, and we've beaten them for the last 3 years. So even before Russell got there, we've been beating them.
But if you're expecting a better team because of the head coach coming in, Peyton coming in, then how are you going to sweep them?
I think we just own the Broncos. We just own the Broncos. I'm just going off what we did last year. We in the last couple of years, we have owned the Broncos. I don't know what it is when we play the Broncos. It's just something totally different. Like, we play at a higher level when we play the Denver Broncos. I don't know why it is. I have no clue why the Raiders play so well against them. It just happens. I mean,
yeah, no, I mean, I get it. I get it, man. That's been us in the fucking Bengals. Like, as much as I hate it.
Yeah. So I mean, Patrick Mahomes is the clear number one quarterback in this division. We all know that. But it's just kind of tough putting Herbert at 4. But I get it. He has not done nothing, but he still have the guy. He has all the weapons there. And that's what I don't understand about the Chargers. They have everything that they need to get to the playoffs.
Who do they have above Herbert?
They have Jimmy Garoppolo. Another uncertain.
I disagree with that. Garoppolo is a good system quarterback. Absolutely. Herbert can win you a fucking game, though. Garoppolo's not going to give you multiple drives for 90-plus yards to win a game. He might give you 1 throughout that season, but I don't see him giving you 4 or 5 games like that. Whereas the Herbert's probably going to happen 3 or 4 games. He's going to win pretty much on his back of slinging that ball and making the right decisions.
I think Justin Herbert is better than Jimmy, and I'm not biased like that. As a Raiders fan, I'm not biased. But I have said, but we have learned from Jimmy Garoppolo, even with his health issues and stuff of that nature, he has taken teams to playoffs. He has taken teams to Super Bowls. He has taken teams to that. Agreed. Completely agreed. But Justin Herbert needs to get to the playoffs to prove his point even more. He needs to get there. But as a quarterback, if you want to look at as a passer, Justin Herbert is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Absolutely.
But you put Herbert in Garoppolo's position in San Francisco, he wins a Super Bowl. That's the difference.
I disagree with that, because that defense that they lost, the defense was the reason why they lost that game. You want to look at it, the defense was the reason why they lost that game. But offensively, they couldn't move the football, either running or passing. They couldn't move the football. So I mean, it was all about adjustments in that second half when they lost the Super Bowl. But you're talking about you can put anybody in that 49ers as a quarterback, and they'll at least get to the NFC Championship just off the coaching alone for Kyle Shanahan.
That was the only team I was really scared that could have came and tried to actually go after Lamar Jackson. Because if San Francisco would have came after Lamar Jackson, it'd have been over. They'd be both probably next 3 fucking years in a row.
So Anthony Price is the top quarterbacks in the division by ranking. So it's mainly about the divisions, and then they rank the quarterbacks that way. So we have the AFC North as the number 1 division with the best quarterbacks in it, and then they rank it Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett. And then you have the number 2 division in the NFL is the AFC East, which I completely disagree with this being the number 2. And then you have Josh Allen, Tua Tagovailoa, and Mac Jones and Aaron Rodgers as your top 4 in that ranking. And then number 3 is the AFC West, which I think these two divisions should swap in my opinion. You have the Denver Broncos. You have the Kansas City Chiefs, Denver Broncos, Las Vegas Raiders, Chargers. So that's Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo, Justin Herbert. Which I think Justin Herbert should move to 3. Garoppolo should move to 4 because or you move Russell Wilson if you're going off of last year. That's only if you go off of last year. You wouldn't put Russell Wilson at 2. You probably could really put Justin Herbert at 2 when it comes to the division. When it comes to quarterback, then you could put Russell Wilson and Jimmy Garoppolo. You could do that. Honestly, I don't think Justin Herbert should be number 4. I think that's crazy to me.
Like I said, if we're talking about last year, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would put Jimmy G over Wilson.
Okay.
If we're looking,
Jimmy G was hurt majority of the year last year, so that's.
Yeah. But if you look at when he did play versus in the same time period where Russell Wilson played, and you match those numbers up, Jimmy's got better numbers. And like I said, I've got more confidence that Jimmy can play under McDaniel's system than Wilson getting better under Peyton, especially the first year under Peyton. Because everybody's learning who each other is. Everybody's still trying to feel each other out. You know what I mean? So by week 1, it's like they're finally starting to gel, if they gel.
And we played on week 1 as well. That's our first division game, week 1 in Denver. So
literally, if y'all go to Denver and tear them a new ass, you know what I'm saying? That might blow the whole season up for them. It's stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it does. It does a lot because guys will be like, man, this guy was supposed to come in here. It's the Raiders. We were supposed to beat the Raiders. And the Raiders come to our house and beat us. Oh, man, it's going to be another shitty year with freaking Wilson. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you can defeat a team so quickly. And it's crazy because it is in sports, man. In every position, in every sport, confidence is a big thing.
Right.
And
so the number 4, they got the number 4. I'm kind of surprised at this one. They got this at number 4, the NFC North. I'm kind of surprised at this one. You got Justin Fields, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Kirk Cousins. That's how they got it.
Kirk Cousins is last?
Kirk Cousins is last. But the NFC North as the number 4, the number 4 best division with quarterbacks, I'm kind of surprised at this one. I'm really am. I don't know why I understand Justin Fields' athleticism that makes him spectacular, yes, but number 1 in this division, no, absolutely not.
I'm mixing this up because I'm definitely putting Kirk Cousins first.
He's the most successful quarterback in that division. Why not?
Then I'm putting Fields. Then I'm putting Goff.
And then I'm putting Jordan Love.
Like I said,
I don't understand how they got Love over Kirk. How they got Love over Kirk Cousins? How they got Love?
Any of them over Kirk Cousins? I don't give a. Yes, Kirk Cousins lost a bunch of big games in his career. Yes, we all know that. But if you look at his winning percentage, he's
better than everybody in his division.
He's a good winner. And then when you're putting him against that division, look at that division. He has held his own the last few years in that division. Against Aaron Rodgers.
I was just about to say that.
So to me, nah, that's wrong.
That's completely wrong. I don't know what NFL.com is talking about here, but even have them as the fourth ranked best division with quarterbacks. I think they should be a little bit lower than that, in my opinion. So number 5, they have the NFC East. Now, the NFC East should be moved up, in my opinion. I think this should be number 4, or at least at least bring the AFC East down and put the NFC East up there. You got. I don't understand. I mean, of course, you got Jalen Hurts at 1. You got Dak Prescott at 2. You have Daniel Jones at 3. Sam Howell at 4. So, Mac, I don't know where you went, buddy. I don't know what Mac went right now. So, it's at 5 because of Washington quarterback. I mean, I can see that, but I still think this quarterback division is better than the AFC East. I'm sorry. Like this is just better than the AFC East, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Like Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen. I said what I said. I said what I said. And people can say whatever they want. I said what I said. And I'm gonna just do this real quick. All right.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got a phone call. Cut me out.
No, you good. I said what I said. I feel like Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen. I said what I said.
I'll put as far now. See, it makes it tough. It makes it tough for me because they both have been surrounded with decent talent. Both of them have had some success. Now, her success has come over in the last 2 years. We've seen a much larger sample size from Allen.
True.
Consistently
True,
from
but
Allen.
look at what
Allen
came in as the starter, knowing that Jalen Hurts had to fight his way to be a starter in this league.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say fight because look at what was above in front of him. You know what I mean? Like the guys that were in front of him weren't that damn good. They really weren't.
Nobody wasn't expecting him to be the starter, though.
I mean,
even the Eagles fans didn't even think that.
I mean, if you watched this guy in college, you knew he was a gamer.
And yeah, of course.
And then the guy gets to sit on the bench and learn before he plays. Like I don't care what quarterback from what no-name college out there from a Division III school. If you put him on an NFL sideline for more than 1 or 2 seasons, that he's going to be able to go in there and he's going to be able to play. He might not be great, but he'll be able to play. And that's any good quarterback. And I'm talking about Division III schools. You know what I mean? If you can game, you can game. And that's why they say, like, if you can play, they'll find you. If you can play, they'll find you.
But they have Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, Sam Howell. That's how they got it. Sam Howell is a guy that we don't know. We saw a little bit of glimpses of him last year, even though they had Taylor Heineke, they had Carson Wentz going back and forth. You saw a little glimpse of Sam Howell. So, I see why he's number 4 because he's uncertain. We don't know if we can see a full season of Sam Howell.
I'm swapping. I'm putting Jones above Prescott.
Woo!
What have you done for me lately?
Well,
Daniel Jones has been more consistent.
Will say something about that.
Oh, I don't care. Me personally, I don't like Dak Prescott. I don't like his game. I don't like his play, and I don't like the fact that he makes dumb decisions,
especially in the playoffs. At that,
like
he reminds me like the Eagles fans said. It was a lot of Eagles fans that was 76ers fans. They was like, the Philadelphia 76ers are just like the Dallas Cowboys. They always have a second round exit.
I mean,
and James Harden is Dak Prescott, but Dak Prescott just a little bit more effort than what James Harden do.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I have zero confidence in Prescott. At least Daniel Jones give you a shot.
You know what? You're right.
He's gonna make good decisions. Now, yeah, and it's the same thing. Like I said, he might not go bang for bang with every quarterback in the league. No, that's not his game. But if he can play his game against any quarterback, you know what I mean? Right. He's going to stay in his system. He's going to play smart football. Now, does he have the numbers to back it up to say, yeah, he's an elite? No, but neither does Dak Prescott.
Right. Yeah, you gotta
consistency is key, and availability is the biggest thing. You're missing 2 of those things from Dak Prescott, so that's why I put him at number 3.
So you got Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones, Dak Prescott, Sam Howell. I agree with that. I don't have no issue with that at all because The Cowboys are an accident waiting to happen, just like Stephen A. Smith would say all the time. They're an accident waiting to happen, and it's
Prove us
really
wrong.
been that.
Prove us wrong. We're not going to change our opinions until you prove us wrong.
Right. Facts.
Like, I mean, and that's just how it is. And again, like you said, and I don't think that organization is going to change until Jerry Jones lets somebody actually run it.
Yeah.
Instead of him and his family overseeing every little decision. And it's stupid because you're only looking at it from your point of view.
You need a real true football GM to come in here.
Yeah. Like a guy, a football guy. Go get a football guy as your GM and let him build you a team through the draft. Let him actually help a coach, really put his vision on the field.
Right.
And then stop going to get these shitty, overrated coaches.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. What up, brother? What's going on?
What up, bro?
What up?
I literally just touched down. My fault.
No, you good. We just going through these NFL divisions by quarterback, and they have the rankings for the quarterbacks in each division. I'm gonna go through them real quick for you, so you could get a catch up on them. But they got the number. They have the AFC North.
Yeah, that's number one. I think I saw a glimpse of it earlier. They got us number one.
AFC North. They have Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, but they have them at the number one ranked in the NFL. Then they have number two is the AFC East with Josh Allen, Tua Tagovailoa, Mac Jones, and Aaron Rodgers. In that ranking, they have that. But we already discussed that Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be number 4. We all know that.
I don't think it's in. You think it's in order of like their ranking? There's no way Mac Jones is under Aaron Rodgers. That's disrespect. I mean, over Aaron Rodgers. That's
it's going to get better. It's going to get better.
I mean, yes, it gets worse.
That's disrespectful.
They got the AFC West.
Thank you.
They got the AFC. They got the AFC West as number 3 with Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo, then Justin Herbert.
No, that's not in order. That can't be in order. There's no way Jimmy G or Russell is above. There's no way that's in order, bro. There's no way. They're just spitballing those teams. There's no way.
So they got the
alphabetical.
NFC, and then the NFC North. You're gonna laugh at this one. You're gonna laugh at the NFC North. They're the number 4th team that have the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So they have the ranking of Justin Fields, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's alphabetical because it's Bears, Lions, Packers, then Vikings. That's alphabetical, bro. That's got to be alphabetical teams or something.
That was the rank that they said it was a rankings by quarterback.
There's no way.
The number 1 quarterback in that league in that division.
There's no way, bro. That's disrespectful.
So they got for the NFC East as the number 5th.
Who is this? ESPN?
This is NFL.com.
What the fuck?
Who's the writer? We need to put him on blast.
Somebody?
I'm gonna get back to the writer. So it's Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, Sam Howell.
That's the most realistic one I've heard yet, as far as ranking 1 through 4. That's realistic.
Mac puts Daniel Jones over Dak.
No, he is no.
Consistency.
Daniel Jones hasn't been
availability.
Consistent. How many touchdowns? I mean, Daniel Jones has been hurt too. He's dealt with injuries as well. Like, what's the most touchdowns he's thrown in a year? 20 or something like that? Like, no.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, look at who you're talking about here. You're talking about the Giants who run the ball heavy.
Yeah, but even still, the Cowboys want to run the ball too.
Touchdowns, but he only had 5 interceptions.
I mean, he cleaned it up last year, but I don't think he's been consistent enough.
Decision making, Dak Prescott gonna make a bunch of bad decisions almost every game.
I don't blame him because they're throwing the ball. They're throwing the ball more, so he's gonna have an increased amount of turnovers. I think. But Daniel Jones, when he's asked to do more, we see what he do. He turns it over like a machine. Interceptions and fumbles. That's all he do. Vintage Eli Manning. The fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what he look like.
Listen, again, I'm more comfortable with Jones over Prescott. Like,
for me.
This is Prescott, and I don't even like the Cowboys. I don't like the Cowboys.
It is Prescott's fault because if Prescott would have showed out when he was on in the playoffs, we wouldn't be talking about this.
I mean, Daniel won 1 game. It was cute. against Kirk Cousins though. We know what he do. He choke anyway. I don't see that. I don't give it.
Listen,
No.
But again, what have you done for me lately?
I can't put Daniel Jones over Kirk Cousins over either one of them. Honestly, Kirk Cousins can't be. Daniel Jones can't be better. I'm debating those two. I'm not even seeing Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is clearly better than both of them, but he's better than freaking Daniel Jones. That's disrespectful.
I cannot
even
wait
like the Cowboys.
I cannot wait to the next division that we talk about.
Well, good.
This next division has the most uncertain quarterback division. Uncertain quarterbacks for all four teams.
Is it the South?
It's the NFC West. All four teams have uncertainty at quarterback. Let's just be realistic here.
I like Geno.
Matthew Stafford, and then they have Kyler Murray / Colt McCoy, and then they have Brock Purdy / Trey Lance / Sam Darnold, and then the Seattle Seahawks is Geno Smith.
See, Geno's better than whatever the San Francisco is going to throw out there as far as quarterback wise. Now their team may be better, but quarterback wise, Geno, like you say, what have you done for me lately? I guess that can apply here.
Brock Purdy.
That's all I'm trying to say. We're literally talking about last season coming into this season.
Geno Smith is the top quarterback in this division. If you want to go off of last year,
I mean, if we're coming off of last year, yes. But if you're talking about healthy, I think Matthew Stafford is clearly the best. He's clearly the best. He's the only champion in the division. He's clearly the best. If he's healthy, he's the best quarterback in that division by far. He's the best quarterback.
The Rams, but I'm really kind of nervous for the Rams. Honestly, I just feel like I agree. Stafford just needs to retire. Let him retire.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to play anymore. But I don't know what the hell.
There's a lot of uncertainty with San Francisco right now. We all know Brock Purdy's coming off an injury.
The Kyler Murray shit is disrespectful.
And then you have Sam Darnold there that has not done nothing in this league at all. So why do you even put him in the equation anyway? I understand it's a quarterback situation.
He looked semi-decent. He looked semi-decent to start the season. What was it, last year with Carolina? But he just fell off after that. After like 5 games, he fell off. They started like 4-0, I think it was 4-1.
For me, Anthony, as of right now, I think Geno is better than Brock until Brock plays a full season.
Yeah, Brock has to play a full season. He hasn't been asked to do much either. His reads have been one read and then run. He hasn't really been asked to do too much. I don't think.
So if Brock Purdy's the starter, as of right now, I have Geno over. I have Geno
with those weapons.
Matthew Stafford, then Brock Purdy, then Kyler Murray. That's just how
Geno may have the best weapons. As far as wide receivers, the 49ers. I mean,
Purdy.
The 49ers are cool,
Purdy
but
last. Kyler Murray is better than Purdy. He is, and not by much.
I think I've seen enough of Kyler Murray. I have seen enough of him.
That man don't even want to open up a playbook. He don't want to read defenses. He don't want to do nothing. He just want to play video game style football, and that's why he will never win.
Yeah. I don't.
I'm saying as of right now, we're talking about the better single quarterback. Kyler Murray is just a little bit better because of what we've seen. Again, like it just hit on. Purdy wasn't asked to do much. Kyler Murray has to do a lot.
True, but Kyler Murray is just like Brock Purdy. He looks one way and he starts to run.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's issue is he's having trouble either learning the game or just wanting to learn the game. And then Brock Purdy doesn't seem to have that issue.
Is running with the football. That's his dynamic. See the difference. That's why I always put Lamar Jackson over Kyler Murray, because Lamar Jackson wants to throw the ball. I don't think Kyler Murray wants to throw the football.
Yeah, he rather scramble and run, and then if he can throw it. What was the last division?
What you supposed to expect from a man that's damn near 5'8", 5'9", and can't look over a damn offensive line either?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like to know that your quarterback is that short, why would you not go out and draft a bunch of fucking hard-nosed 6 foot tall guys out of division that are go-getters?
Or you could get an offensive coordinator that could run a West Coast offense that have him on the move and throw the football. You could do that.
I mean, you could, but again, now you're leaning on Murray to learn something.
But that's what you should be in the NFL
That's
to
what he should do. He's getting paid to
learn.
do that.
That's why I put Kyler Murray
That's why
last.
he's still the fact that he's there's even a
Don't
question between him and Colt McCoy is indicting enough. There shouldn't be no question between him and Colt McCoy.
Yeah, if it's saying Kyler Murray / Colt McCoy, that's an issue. That's an issue in itself because Colt McCoy has not done nothing since he came into the league. So
Colt McCoy's just been, you know what I mean, the consummate backup. He'll learn the playbook. He been in Arizona for a little bit now, so it's like on and off. So it's like shit. He know the playbook. He know what they want to do. He's not going to do too much. He's not going to turn the football over. That's why they trust him. And Kyler Murray's been questionable because he hasn't even been willing to learn the playbook. He don't even want to learn the playbook.
They have the AFC South as number 7. They got C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, Trevor Lawrence, and Ryan Tannehill. I completely disagree with this one as well.
There's no way that's in order.
Trevor Lawrence should be number 1.
That's what I'm saying. That's not in order, bro.
Division.
That's in no sense of an order, bro. That's not in order.
Are you giving 2 uncertainty at quarterbacks that you got in the draft over a Trevor Lawrence
that's not in order.
A good coach and Doug Peterson that took this team to the playoffs and won a playoff game? I'm not even going to Trevor Lawrence over those. I'm not picking C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson over Trevor Lawrence. That's just
I don't acknowledge the numbers at this point because that doesn't make sense. They're rookies. It doesn't make sense. I'm not acknowledging the numbers.
I understand Ryan Tannehill because Ryan Tannehill is a scrub. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He don't have AJ Brown no more. This is what happened when you don't have a number 1 receiver anymore. Look what he did for Jalen.
Listen, the AFC South is one of the worst divisions in football anyway. But
yeah, quarterback wise,
yes, they got 2 rookie quarterbacks that's going to start, and now Ryan Tannehill about to lose his job probably to a Will Levis or a Malik Willis. So it should be Ryan Tannehill / Malik Willis / Will Levis.
Will Levis, yes.
It should be like that, but it's.
So hold on. So who's your best quarterback in that league?
The best quarterback in that division?
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor, by far, easily.
Yeah, by far. Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback in that division. And the last.
Now, which one of the 2 rookies? Which one of the 2 rookies you think might show something? Which one you think is put in a better position?
I'm Texans.
I'm going with C.J. Stroud.
I think Richardson. I think the quarterback room in Richardson in Indianapolis can't be ignored because they got Frank Reich. They have a couple other quarterback guys.
No, they don't have Frank Reich.
They don't have Frank Reich anymore at OC.
They fired him.
He's with the Panthers.
He's with the Panthers. He has Bryce Young.
Right. I'm thinking about Bryce Young. That's my fault. Because he took all those guys with him to Carolina. You're right. My fault.
The NFC South is the last division that they have at 8. With Desmond Ridder with the Falcons, Bryce Young with the Panthers, Derek Carr with the New Orleans Saints, and Baker Mayfield with the Buccaneers. I see why this is number 8. I see why this is number 8.
That's nasty work.
Even though I'm a supporter of Derek Carr, I still say this is just as bad as division as well. The AFC and the NFC South are 2 badass divisions that's just not great.
No, they're both bad. That's bad.
Right?
So Desmond Ridder, Bryce Young, Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that can't be ranked. It's not ranked.
Honestly,
that's not ranked at all.
Honestly, I am not picking nobody to be the best quarterback in this division. I can't trust, as of right now, as of today of May 18th at 1:38 p.m., I cannot trust Baker Mayfield. I just can't.
Who got the best weapons? He has the best weapons, right?
He has enough weapons. He better show something. You got a Mike Evans that's still consistent.
Yeah. You think you got better weapons than Derek Carr?
As of right now, no.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, they got Chris Olave. They got Chris Olave. They got a Michael Thomas that I found out that is healthy that will play this season.
Right.
They got an Alvin Kamara at running back.
We'll see.
But I still don't. But I still have to Baker Mayfield's uncertain, Derek Carr's uncertain, Bryce Young's uncertain, Desmond Ridder's uncertain. I can't pick one. I can't pick one who's the best quarterback in this division. I can't.
Oh, I'm going Young.
I'm going Derek. Young ain't got nobody to throw to. Who he throwing it to? Terrence Marshall?
Listen. I have faith in their coaching staff. You know who the coach is, right?
Bryce Young got
coaches, right?
He's like a baby though. He's like
Oh, did you see the video of him in minicamp? He looked like a high school, like a junior varsity quarterback.
Looks terrible.
He got to get bigger, bro. He got to put some muscle on because he's skinny as hell.
Yeah, he ain't getting no taller. He's hiding back there. How can he see?
Yeah.
That's all right. Man, listen. They gonna get him a size cleats, one size up. They gonna
No
get him
way.
a twin lift and a high top cleat.
You know what?
He's still gonna be little as
He's
shit.
right under 6 foot tall, no issues.
Yeah,
That's what they should have done to Kyler Murray.
Oh my
Kyler
God.
Murray is
Give him
just.
some lifts. Make his cleats 2 inches thick.
See, Kyler can throw that motherfucker though. He can throw the shit out the ball though.
Yeah,
But I mean, shit.
you can't throw to what you can't see.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, see, he throwing it
So
to
you're gonna
D-Hop.
have to treat. So if I'm Frank Wright, you're gonna have to roll him out the pocket or put him in the shotgun. You could not put this man under center at all.
I mean, they
don't
got
care if
some
you're
good
running
backs.
football. I
They
don't care
got
if you're
some
running
solid
football.
backs.
You
but
don't put that man under
who
center
they
for
have at
nothing.
wide? They got rid of
No.
DJ Moore. What they got at wide receiver?
A bunch of young guys.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. That's gonna look ugly this year. I pray for him.
Let
That's
me
gonna look
look
ugly.
at the
Yeah.
Panthers wide receiver.
But,
No, they
Wait a
got
minute.
they picked up Adam
feel like-
Thielen. They picked up Adam Thielen this year.
That's a veteran. He got somebody. That's basically like a tight end almost, but he got somebody he can rely on, throw it to you. I guess a consistent target, a veteran target. That's a vet target. As long as he's healthy, I like Adam Thielen.
So they have they have a Miles Sanders at running back. They have Adam Thielen. They have DJ Shark.
Okay, I like DJ Shark. I like him.
They have Hayden Hurst as a tight end with Ian
Oh,
Thomas.
money. That's money.
I
They got
feel
Terrence Marshall
I feel
Jr. that
different
had a
about
good year
That's
last
what
year
they-
with them.
that's what I'm thinking. Like Terrence Marshall, he's cool. He's a rookie, and then they brought in Adam Thielen, veteran leadership. Okay, we'll see what they O line looking like. They short the O line.
Chuba Hubbard is
Hayden
a
Hurst will
backup running back too.
Probably 5 out of 8 catches.
Yeah, they got good backs. They got good backs for sure. You think they win 5 to 8 games?
I mean, in this division, I don't know who's winning this division with the NFC South. I have no clue.
The Saints got to win the division with the clear head and shoulders best quarterback. They have to win the division. He's the best quarterback in that division.
As of right now.
As of right now.
Until proven differently.
Until proven differently, he's the best quarterback in that division.
Because I listen,
that division is that
I'm rooting for Derek Carr because I just want him to show that he already said
if he's winning, it ain't by much.
Raiders, so
I mean, he just got to protect Derek Carr. That was the main issue in Oakland. If you could protect him, he can make good throws, he can make good reads, and just rely on the run game, be consistent with the run game. He can make good reads and stuff. He don't do well under pressure. He ain't running from nobody, so.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
You know what I mean? You got to protect him. You know what I mean? He's a pocket quarterback. You got to protect the pocket quarterback. And Oakland / Vegas / Carolina
/ everything.
/ everything.
/ everything at this point. Shit. / everything.
Whatever them black and
whatever
silver.
is silver and black, that's what it is, basically.
Yeah.
So
now protect Joe.
I got to majority of the topics, but Mac,
yeah.
Your boy.
Talk to me about Boston. I said what I had to say.
Your boy.
Talk to me about Boston because I just found out
that was a good fucking game. I am let down big fucking time. That they
that was a massive letdown.
Hold up, y'all. This fun fact, I found this out. That Boston Celtics are 11-11 in the last 22 games at home. That is a problem.
That's nasty. Y'all unreliable at
22 games.
You were screaming about that parquet floor, and it looked like it looked like Miami out that motherfucker
again. And it was a good game. It was a good game, but I like I said, I thought they were going to take it, but I knew it was going to be a close game.
Second half it got ugly. Y'all were up. It just got out of hand too quick, and y'all could never bounce back. Honestly,
and it's crazy because that's the only quarter they outscored us. But it was just they pushed it too much. They made it enough.
I got a question though for you, Mac.
Yeah.
Why is Jason Tatum not demanding the ball in the fourth quarter?
Maybe they're. I mean, honestly, I think it's like if you're not getting hot, get the fuck out the way. And I really feel like that's what should happen.
But you decided to give him the ball in the last what? You didn't give
Yeah,
like
I think it's
he only touched the
didn't
ball 4
decide.
times.
I
it's
didn't
some
No. I'm
decide.
residue.
I'm
saying
not
you.
the
I'm not
coach.
saying you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
saying
yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, that's what I'm saying. And that's the
like he
problem of
touched the
having a
ball
rookie
4
coach.
times in the fourth quarter. That
Yeah.
I'm
That's
confused with that.
that's residue from these last games where it was a big narrative on whether or not Jaylen Brown should be looking to scoreboard, looking to be more aggressive in late game situations because he's been the one been more consistent across all these games. As far as like Tatum has had some standout games for sure, but Brown has been the most consistent, the most efficient offensive player for you all. So it's like nobody's understanding why he's not getting the ball, and then you see a situation like last night, and it's like, okay, let's try to give it to Jalen, and it just doesn't work out. But like I say, they got down too early. They got late. It got too out of hand too quick. So they just couldn't bounce back. The Jimmy Butler is real. The Jimmy effect is real on this team. They play fast. Kyle Lowry is like he's just been playing out his mind. And Jordan, Kevin Love and all the rest of those guys, they gonna back him up and they gonna play tough, hard nosed defense. At the end of the day, they ran a zone on y'all, and it was like it took y'all a few possessions to really figure it out. Like Coach Spo is like he's gonna make it look like a masterclass against Azuma or whatever his name is. It's just gonna look it's gonna look crazy. Like he's gonna outcoach the hell out of him.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's the only reason why I said this is going to be a 7. It's going to be the role players are going to have the biggest matchups. Whoever's bench scores more, whoever role players do more wins. And the problem was Boston's bench and role players did great, but the main superstar did shit.
Yeah, that Jimmy effect, man. Jimmy is he's everywhere. It's like he guarding 2, 3 people at the same time. Like Jimmy he a dog, bro. It's like y'all the biggest dog y'all have is Marcus Smart. And Marcus Smart looked a little gimpy and he didn't look like, you know what I mean? At one point I think he hurt his hamstring or something, but he didn't look the same after that. And it's just like if that's gonna be y'all biggest dog, Jaylen Brown and JT not gonna try to go at him or try to make it hard for him to like really score, then it's like it's gonna be a problem. Jimmy's not gonna he's not letting up. He ain't letting up. This team ain't letting up. They not gonna fold. They not gonna. They got a bunch of undrafted guys that are really hungry. You feel me? A bunch of veterans that are hungry to get back to where they were. You feel me? So it's like this not a team that's gonna fold under any sort of pressure. They don't have that many guys like that on the team that you feel like, damn, he might fold. You feel me? Like not that get consistent minutes.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be tough for y'all if y'all don't take it. Y'all gotta
and
take it. Y'all can't play around with it.
And I hate to say this like this because it sounds stupid, but it rings true for these Boston Celtics. I feel like, especially this year, like they play down to their competition, and it's like
it's a tough matchup, bro.
It is.
I don't think it's that right here.
And as a whole, because I'm like, if Tatum had the fire he had in Game 7 against the 76ers. And he brought that same energy, the same like drilling. Let's go. I mean, we're talking about something different in that second half.
I'm gonna be honest with you here.
Like,
I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
Pressure is on. The pressure is on.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
It's over.
I don't think Jason Tatum is one of those vocal leaders to act for the basketball.
No, definitely not
at all.
And that's my problem. Like, if you want to be one of these top players in this league, and you feel though, mind you, I'm gonna be honest with you. Boston considers Tatum as their golden boy, as their number one player on that team. That's
but you know who the big dog
organization speaks of. But at the same time, if I am Jason Tatum and I had 30 points in this game and I only touched the ball 4 times in the fourth quarter, in those timeouts, I'm letting it be known that I want the basketball.
You know who the biggest dog, the biggest dog on that team, like I said, is Marcus Smart. He's probably barking the loudest in the huddles. He's the loudest in any timeout. You feel me? And on the court, he's going to be the most domineering person on the basketball court at any time for that team. So it's like if he in the huddle, you know what I mean, pointing and screaming that shit, you feel me? Light skinned Tatum on the sideline just chilling, taking it all in. I'm telling you.
I'm sorry.
That's how it is. He's too chill. He's too cool for school, bro.
He's too cool for school for me.
He's too cool for school.
He only attempted 4 3-pointers in the game. He only attempted four
he's not being
three-pointers in the
aggressive.
game.
And
Something ain't right.
give Miami credit because Miami, you know, they're gonna have a scout report, they're gonna have the tape, they're gonna have the video mag is Coach Bo. You feel me? So they're gonna know where the hell to be, where to be. Boston, it was a big shot to me to see that it was so close in the 3-point percentage and the 3-point takes and makes. You feel me? Because that's not really Miami's DNA, and Miami really came out and punched them in the mouth in that area. As far as like we're taking threes, we making threes. Kyle Lowry was just on fire, like
yo.
He was
When
on
I
fire
tell
at one
you,
point.
Miami was 51%. No, Miami was 51% from the three and 54% from the field.
They were cooking them. That's a cook. That's you getting cooked. It don't matter how you want to slice it up. That's getting cooked.
There was one stat that got me. Miami had 12 steals in this game.
Bro,
12.
Butler said 6.
Yeah, my Boston had 6. Agreed. But 12 steals?
12 steals?
No. Jimmy Butler by himself got 6 of those steals.
Yeah. He's a dog. Y'all need somebody.
He's a dog.
Y'all need Jaylen Brown or
Jason Tatum needs to be a dog. He needs to be a dog. Like, listen, I am Jimmy Butler. I want the ball in the fourth quarter. That's how Jason Tatum should be.
Yeah,
he don't got that dog in him, bro.
I'm telling you,
he don't have that dog in him. He don't got that big dog in him.
I understand that y'all say that they played down the competition.
I don't see that.
Where we going to stop? Where we going to stop that narrative? We must.
Miami's a great team. Miami plays team basketball.
Let me explain myself, please. All right. When I say that, I mean it as far as underestimating their competition. When they play down, because it's like, okay, well, we don't have to try so hard here. And Jason Tatum isn't coming out like a dog. He doesn't.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's what he's saying. So when they going to stop disrespecting them? I guess after this game. Because you don't want to go down 0-2. You still going to keep disrespecting them. They're going to go down 0-2. They will be down 0-2 tomorrow. They play tomorrow. They will lose tomorrow if they keep disrespecting this Miami Heat team. They will lose. Jimmy Butler will take it from them. That's how it go. Spoiling them, they some killers, they some assassins. They got Pat Riley, the Italian assassin up top. They will take that shit. They will gladly take it from Boston. Yep, check Boston off on their checklist. They will. They better come ready to play.
And honestly, I think the biggest upper hand that Miami has is the coaching. Their coaching.
Yeah. And I said that to you yesterday, like. Missoula, if Missoula fucks up, Miami's gonna I don't know what the hell just happened, but if Missoula fucks up, Spoelstra's going to take advantage of it. Missoula's not gonna be able to outcoach Spoelstra. He's just not gonna be able to. He's not gonna be able to.
You don't stand a chance.
Do something differently, but I mean, Robert Williams was on the boards. I mean, but if I looked at the box score, and I talked about it earlier. Nobody from Boston or nobody from Miami was the double figure for rebounds. Nobody. And then Al Horford again, 1 for 7 from the three.
The 3-point shot was the 3-point was the difference. The 3-point was the difference last night. Miami, Boston's defense, whether it was just not respecting certain shooters or just not being paying attention to the scout report on some of these guys, like some of them as an individual are great 3-point shooters, and you just can't leave them open. And Jimmy, he's a gamer, you feel me? So Jimmy gonna hit some shit that just like the one that bounced around and went in. Like Jimmy gonna hit some impossible shit. So if you don't come with it, then Jimmy gonna take over the game. He's gonna shoot his own shot, miss, get the rebound, put it back up, then get a steal. You feel me? Like Jimmy. That's the number one thing. You got to neutralize Jimmy to neutralize this team, because if you cut the head off the snake, then the rest of them may not know how to operate. But how do you do that when your biggest dog?
But you seen that though. You see when they neutralized Jimmy Butler, and then you see Caleb Martin was able to make open shots. Kyle Lowry was able to make open shots.
But the thing is, they was never able to neutralize Jimmy. They was never able to neutralize the Jimmy effect as far as on offense and defense. Like you can't let Jimmy just completely wreck your offense with 6 steals. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
In this day and age, NBA, that's crazy.
Again, that is partly coaching, because you should, especially on defense, you not making sure you're making the right defensive changes to get the better matchups to help. Mm-hmm. The whole thing is, if you're going to stop Jimmy, you got to stop Jimmy. Don't let anybody else score but Jimmy Butler. at this point. Because that's who's gonna beat you. That's who's gonna beat the Celtics. And that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I like, bro, I just watching it. By the time it got to the fourth quarter, it was just like, man,
You
coaching.
can tell that Miami wanted it more in the last 5 minutes than what Boston wanted.
For sure.
I mean, Eric Spoelstra wanted that game. Eric Spoelstra, I mean, he literally coached an almost perfect game as far as a coach can do.
Yeah. Because
anytime they got a bad matchup,
at 13, and so did
they
Miami,
made a change.
So.
Every time they were down, what happened? You see him stand on the sideline, calling play, run the play, move it out, like, and that's the difference, and it sucks. It sucks.
But what I said it in the live stream, this is why Doc Rivers is firing, Eric Spoelstra is not. When it came down to Boston going on a run, timeout. It killed that run. It killed it. Every time Boston went on a run, Miami called a timeout. Eric was like, nope, I'm not letting that happen. Nope, timeout. Timeout next possession. Screw that.
Yeah, no,
I'll be right back. I gotta charge my phone.
It's stuff like that really separates, you know what I mean, the game. Because it doesn't matter, like, superstars are superstars, absolutely, but when your superstar don't show up, your coach ain't making the right changes, then, I mean, I'm happy that it was at least close, but I'm pissed off because, again, another series where there's games where just Jason Tatum doesn't show up.
Right.
And then the whole thing is when he doesn't show up, but he's still touching the fucking ball, and you got Brown. Give the ball to fucking Brown. You see, he's a bucket. That man is a fucking bucket. Get the ball to Brown.
He
is. Get the ball to Brown.
And before we get on to the predictions and the bets and stuff of that nature, this was another stat that got me. 62 points in the paint for Boston, only 40 for Miami. And Boston still lost this game. I'm kind of in shock of that because 62 points in the paint and only 40 to Miami, and you still lost. I'm confused. I'm really confused.
I mean, 3 points are worth more than 2, right?
Which is true, but
what was the shooting percentage?
True, but
what was the shooting percentage for both teams?
Well, for Miami, it was 51% from the 3, 34% for Boston.
Exactly. Now, and how many did each team take?
So it was, from what I remember, I said it in the earlier segment that both teams. Let me just go back to it real quick. I got it right here. So 10 of 29 for Boston, 16 of 31 for Miami. 16 of 31 for Miami, 10 of 29 for Boston.
Yeah, see, that's rough. That's rough. And see, and it's those few 3-pointers that make a big difference. That's a big difference.
I need Al Horford to stop shooting threes. He was 1 for 7 last night. Stop shooting the threes right now.
I mean, if he's open, shoot it. If he's open, if he's contested in the slightest, pass that fucking ball to the next open person.
Right. And the crazy thing is that Miami won this game without Duncan Robinson rarely playing. He only took 2 shots and he had 7 minutes.
I mean,
like that goes from Caleb Martin playing well, and so is Lowry.
I mean, I'm just saying though, Duncan Robinson is suspect if you put Marcus Smart in front of him. I'm sorry, Marcus Smart is going to get at least a couple steals off of him.
Yeah, but I don't think
Marcus Smart is going. Marcus Smart's going to like. I'm telling you, they put that's the matchup they want. They would want to put Smart on him because I mean, dude, he's going to have to fight to get the ball. He's going to have to fight to shoot the ball. You know what I mean? And he's going to have to fight to try to do anything, even if it's catch and shoot, even if he's running off a pick. Marcus Smart fights over picks.
Right.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? And if you want to try to grab him, you want to try to move, he'll flop and your ass will get called for the foul. So right. I mean, he's smart. He's smart. I don't like some of the shit that happens. I don't like all the flippity flop shit because you can get a foul that's clearly a foul. When you can bait them and they have to moving their foot as soon as they lift that foot on that pick, it's a foul. You don't have to flop. You just have to. All right, come on. Like you just make the gesture.
That Marcus Smart missed layup, bro. You cannot tell me that was a foul.
I couldn't watch it. My phone wouldn't.
Oh
It
my
kept
God, he had a
glitching. That's
clear
why I was
lane.
watching you. I was like,
He
well,
had
fuck,
a
I can't watch the game. I'm just gonna watch you on
Bro, he
YouTube.
had a clear lane to the basket. He missed it, and they called a foul because Caleb Martin touched him on the side.
I
But you
mean,
wait
I
until
hate that. No,
he
no, no.
waits
I agree with
until
you.
you wait until the layup is missed for you to call the foul. Like I like what why are we starting to have this delay in the NBA now? I don't understand it, bro. I don't get it.
But I mean, again, I don't like ticky tack fouls. You know what I mean? But the whole thing is, it's just like if you're gonna call a bunch of fouls, make sure you call that shit
Call
consistently.
it consistently and call it when the foul is actually happening. Don't call it after you lay it up and you miss and then you blow the whistle. Like, I think the NBA needs to take a look at that
I mean,
because it really kind
I
of
think
messed
that's
up.
more so the ref finishing watching the play.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
and if it is, then yeah, same thing. So still, somebody needs to talk to that ref. Hey, bruh, you know what I mean? If you calling a foul, you've got literally as soon as the foul happens, within 3 seconds of it happening, that whistle should be blown. Not
agreed.
5 seconds. Literally, it should be almost it should be immediate because that's what you're supposed to do as a ref. You see it, you call it. Now I understand sometimes you have to make sure you process what you think you just saw, but when you do that shit, then it comes errors because well, was he really reaching, or how many times have we seen somebody's own teammate make a foul, but the other team get called for it? Just because the way the ref saw it, it looked like it was that guy's arm. And it's like, but you watch the video, clearly it was wrong.
Right.
you
Clearly was
and
wrong.
it's stuff like that. It's like, you know what I mean? Like if it's a foul, call foul. If not, you know what I mean? Don't call the foul. Don't call. If you have to think about it, don't call it.
All right, we're going to get on to the final topics today because I waited, highly anticipated the bets for this Los Angeles Lakers and Denver Nuggets game. Game 2 will be tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. But these bets are presented by Bet Us and FanDuel. But Bet Us, if you sign up with the link in the description, you'll receive 125% sports book with your first initial deposit. So make sure you go to Bet Us. The link is in the description and sign up there. And I'm still waiting for an email for FanDuel to see if we can get that little sponsorship with them as well. So hopefully when I get that email back, we can present it by FanDuel as well. But Mac has everything you need when it comes to this game day parlay here for tonight's game. Matt, you can take it over. Let them know how you did last night too on your bets as well.
So last night, I hit on a couple parlays with baseball and basketball, but it was for the score to be over and for the Heat to win, and I parlayed that with 2 baseball wins with I picked 2 games to go over.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 9 and 8 runs. But yeah, no, so I won that parlay, but unfortunately Tatum fucked us on the parlay yesterday. Thanks a lot, Tatum. Step your game up. If not, pass the ball to Brown. Let him. But for tonight, on to the Lakers and the Nuggets. So I got Jokic making a 3, Gordon making a 3, Bruce Brown making a 3, LeBron making a 3, Jamal Murray 2 3-pointers, Porter 2 3-pointers, Reeves 2 3-pointers, LeBron James to have 4 rebounds, Jokic and Davis both to have 8 rebounds. I mean, that's easy money. Like, I mean, uh, like I said, the Porter with 2 3-pointers. I mean, it's a little bit of push, but I mean, all these guys shoot at least 2 or 3 3-pointers apiece. So, I mean, Jokic, he'll shoot 1 or 2, sometimes 3 in a game. So I'd like those odds. I think he can make 1. And then Anthony Davis and Jokic, I mean, that's, again, a no-brainer. Anthony Davis would have to have a horrible freaking game or get injured for him not to get 8 rebounds. And the same thing with Jokic. Jokic is at least a double or a triple in every game. So, I mean, that's money. But, yeah, it's pretty much the 3-point bet.
So if you want to do a wager more than what he has here, because the wager he has is $2. If you want to do more than that, be my guest. I think this is
I
a
mean, yeah,
really
look
solid
at the guy. The
same
whole
game
point is,
parlay.
like, Like I actually put money on this game. I put money on each game, each one of these games, so you can see the plus on it, so you can see how much you're actually gonna bring back.
Right.
You know what I mean, and I try to make it realistic, but of course I like to make my bet spicy. So you know what I mean. $2 to win almost 30. That's pretty damn good. So I mean, you bet $10, obviously, it goes up. But again, stay comfortable and stay in your price range. Don't overextend yourself on betting.
Hey,
But
hey, Jane, just to let you know, I did talk about the Miami Heat and Boston Celtics recap. We did that in the beginning of the show. We did that at the end of the show. So once this is uploaded, you could definitely play it back, and you will definitely listen to the recap of game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. So what's the middle one here? Here with
okay,
the
so
Austin Reeves.
yeah, so you got Austin Reeves 15 points, Murray 20 points, Jokic 25, Austin Reeves with 2 3-pointers, Jamal Murray with a 3-pointer, Porter with a 3-pointer, LeBron 4 assists, Murray 4 assists, Bruce Brown 10 points, Aaron Gordon 10 points. Again, it's not as much of a long shot as the last one,
Mm-hmm.
but again, like these are things that all these guys do almost every single game.
Yeah. You know
So
what? If I wanted to bet today, if I wanted to, me personally, I would do the first two bets that do the long shot bet, because I think these two bets, as far as me looking at it from a basketball standpoint, not really a betting standpoint, all them two same game parlays are very doable. The
yeah,
way
I
the
mean,
way Denver been playing, the way the Lakers been playing, very doable.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the only thing that like I could really see falling apart is maybe Reeves scoring 14 points instead of 15.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like even Gordon has put up 10 in most of the game, but like last game, I think Aaron Gordon had 8 points. So I'm going 10 here. That game I went 14. I thought he was gonna have 14 points, but he had 8 points. So
Right.
now I'm not going as high. So sure enough, I'm going to say 10 points, and he'll probably go for 13 to 15. So the whole point is like I'm trying to stay as realistic as possible, but still get you the best bet outcomes.
Right. So, like I said, this is a $2 wager as well. If you want to go higher than that, you could definitely can. Me personally, I probably will be at the $2 wager just to see, because one thing, if I get back into it, I want to start small. I don't want to start big. So if you want to start betting and use a FanDuel as the same game parlay or any other website that you use, I'll say start small and try to learn your way through before you start betting big. That's just my personal opinion on it. You don't have to do that, but I just want to throw that out there. Like sometimes you want to start small and win something to see what you can do, and then you can maneuver from that.
Yeah, and then the last bet again. It's another one of the games that it's just like you're 9 times out of 10 gonna hit on this bet. Okay, so it's Reeves 10 points, Porter 10 points, Brown 10 points. Just like, out of those three right there, every one of those guys gets you 10 points. Bruce Brown has been great. Michael Porter has definitely been playing his role. All right, then you got Jokic, Murray, Davis with all 20 points apiece. That's that should be on par for what we're going to be in store for tonight. I expect each and every one of those guys to score at least 20 because that's what their game says they do. You know what I mean? Like I said, barring injury, that should be easy money. Just throw them three together, right? Then you're looking at LeBron 4 assists, Murray 4 assists, Jamal Murray made three, Porter one made three, Reeves one made three, Gordon one made three, and taking the over.
So this one is a long shot, yo. This one's a long shot, but
Well, it's actually not. I think if I'm correct, hold on a second. Um, yeah.
man, so yeah, yo, I like these. I like the first two bets. Even one of since he said he really don't think it's a long shot, but in my personal opinion, I mean, Joker's going to get 20. Murray might get 20 again. Anthony Davis is going to get 20. You can really see LeBron James getting 4, Jamal Murray getting four. Jamal Murray definitely making a three. Porter's definitely making a three. Austin Reeves definitely making a three. Gordon possibly making a three. Austin Reeves with 10 plus. I could see
Yeah.
that instead of
So
15.
on a $2 here. Well, yeah, on a $2 wager on the third bet, it's a $24 payout. So it's a plus 1,100.
Okay. That's you know what? That's not really a long shot then, if that's the case. That's not a long shot then. I could definitely see all three of these bet slips
I
definitely
mean,
working in people's favors today.
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to make sure you guys know, like I'm giving you the best bets I can. And again, I tell every single time, like if you feel like I'm wrong on one of these, then just pick from each one. Pick what you like. That's why if you notice, there's a lot of similar bets in all of these because I'm going for what guys produce. Like you can guarantee from these guys every single night. And I'm looking for the best money matchups on it because if everything is negative 1,000, you can have a 20-way parlay and put $1 on it, and it'll bring back 350. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like so again, like I'm trying to give you and show you the best ways to put together a parlay to actually make some money off of it and put good decisions on it. But again, I like to live a little spicy when I do it. You want my personal bets? Hit me up. I'm on
Yeah, if you want
Facebook.
any other personal bets, you could just go to Facebook and go to Matt Campbell. You'll definitely see his face. I mean, it's obvious his face is right on there because some people don't have their face on social media these days. But you can definitely go to Matt Campbell and go to Facebook, inbox him if you want to have any personal bets, anything of that nature. So yeah, man, make sure y'all screenshot this. Make sure y'all, because I'm going to put this as a one segment on the channel. So if y'all don't want to go through the whole live stream again, I would definitely put that there. So like I said, y'all, if you want to use it on Bet Us, if you want to use it on FanDuel, that is up to your discretion. But I just have to throw that out there. Receive 125% on the sportsbook initial deposit. So go to betus.com and then go to the link in the description to get your best offer there, your special offer from me as well. So, game tonight, brother. Lakers Nuggets game 2.
I mean, they didn't fail me in the first game. I'm gonna continue to go with the Nuggets. They're gonna be at home. I'm giving home court advantage to the Nuggets.
Okay, you give it hope. Okay, so
Like
do you think the Lakers found something in game 1 that they might bring over to game 2? Like, do you see them switching up and bringing Hachimura in as a starter to be a little bit more bigger? Like,
I mean, that's listen, that's fine. They can make adjustments. Like the Nuggets aren't bad. The Nuggets aren't. The Nuggets have good coaching.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I just like this isn't any team they've faced. This isn't the Warriors because the Warriors had plenty of shooting woes. Okay, and that's one of the determining factors why. Like, yes, by no means was it completely easy for the Lakers to beat the Warriors, but by no means did it drag it out to the absolute. You know what I mean? Barely, never thought. Like, no, it was. You know what I mean? Like, wow, okay, Warriors are done, like the vintage LeBron, victory. It's thirst quenching for a lot of Laker fans, and I get it and I understand, but don't sleep on the Nuggets. And like
right.
I mean, dude, they're gonna play a good basketball game because I mean, even with defensive adjustments, the Nuggets are gonna make adjustments too. So yeah, that's why I see. I mean, it's going to be a back and forth game, unless somebody's role players really step up, and that's what determined it last time when everybody just started eating and eating and eating and eating, and then it was like the crowd was loving it. They had everything going in their way, and even when the Lakers tried to come back, the crowd still pumped at every minute. They didn't leave the arena like, oh, it was a blowout. We're all just going to leave now. No, they stayed there. They were pumped for their team.
Yeah,
And that's
absolutely.
to me that is a difference maker. That is like, yes, the Lakers showed up in the fourth quarter. Yes, Ed, I'm giving it to you. All right, your boy, they did fourth quarter. Them
I
guys played
got
like
you.
hell in the fourth quarter.
I got you.
End of the game, if you don't win, it doesn't matter how well you played in the fourth quarter. Now, if they can bring that same juice and carry it over into the first quarter and on into this game, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they got a shot. They absolutely got a shot at taking this. But again, I don't see the Nuggets giving up that easy. So it's either going to be a Nuggets win or it's going to be a real close game because there's Nuggets don't get blown out at home. I mean, they just it doesn't happen like that. Like, I mean,
True. So, according to the matchup predictor on ESPN, it does say that they have a 40.7% winning for the Lakers and 59.3 for the Denver Nuggets. They have the Denver Nuggets as a 5.5 favorite in this game. 5.5 favorite.
And that's because of home court. That's literally because of home court.
Right.
That's why
Right.
that's why like most games I don't bet on the actual winner of the game on most of my bets unless I'm literally I'm gonna bet the plus minus on the handicap of the game. I'll bet on like what I mean, the money line, and then I'll bet the under over.
Yeah, because
So
according to the pick
I'll
center,
run it, and most likely, and my whole thing is I'll do it for both teams. So I'll do what I think. If one team's going to win, this is then, and this is going to happen, because it is. If the Lakers win tonight, it's going to be under. It'll be under 220 if the Lakers win.
So according to the pick center, they have of course they have the consensus pick of Denver of 5.5, which is 51%. They have the Lakers at plus 5.5 when it comes to the spread. The money line is minus 210 for Denver, plus 175 for the Lakers, and the over under is 226.
Oh, it went up. See, I mean, like I said, if I was going to make a bet like that, it would be. It would be, I would bet the Lakers and I would bet the under, or I would bet the Nuggets and I would bet the over.
Yeah, that's this. I'm taking the Denver Nuggets in this game, but I would, like I said in the first time in game one, I would not be surprised if the Lakers win game two. I would not be surprised, and I think this is going to be a great game because I think both series for Eastern Conference and Western Conference is going to be a dogfight. I don't know what Ed's still thinking that Lakers in 5. I don't believe that at all. Both series is going to be 7 games.
Fight.
They both going to be 7 games.
Like, the whole thing is, and it's like, I hate the fact that I have to fight that hard for the Nuggets. I shouldn't have to fight that hard for the Nuggets.
You should be fighting that hard for Boston more than anything.
Some respect in that sense. Like,
right.
you have great defense, but the whole thing is, like, you didn't have great defense in the first quarter. You didn't have it in the second quarter. You know what I mean? The third quarter was iffy, but the fourth quarter, your defense stepped up. So, you know what I mean? Like, again, that's 1 quarter out of 3. You need that at least 2 to 3 quarters to win the game.
Yeah.
So
you need at least win 2 of those quarters,
but again,
especially the third and the fourth, where it's major.
Both of these teams are sleeping giants, and as soon as one's awake, it's going to knock the other one out. And that's how it is. When you get momentum in games and you get runs, and it's the confidence, it's the coaching. Like, when you get it all snowballing in one direction, it's just the way it goes. But regardless, these games, I don't think we see more than one blowout in this whole series. I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Like,
I don't see it either.
I could see it most it being maybe like a 12-point lead because of a last-second 3-pointer or something like that.
Yeah.
But I really see most of this thing like around 8-point or less.
And just to throw a little bit out there for the people that's watching and listening, that the Nuggets are 34-18 in the Western Conference games. Denver averaged 115.8 points while outscoring their opponents by 3.3 points per game. And the Lakers have gone 27-25 against the Western Conference opponents. The Los Angeles Lakers has a 19-19 record in game decided by 10 points or more. 19-19.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, they're so evenly split across the board. You know, so it's the Lakers are such a good overall team, And you know what I mean? And that's why I give them their due. I give it to them. This year they do. They are playing good team ball, at times great team ball. And the whole thing is to beat the Nuggets, you're going to have to play great team ball.
And agree, because if you look at it here in the last 10 games, Nuggets are 7-3 when they're averaging 117.5 points a game, 44 and a half rebounds, 26 and a half, 25 and a half assists, 7.5 steals, 4.5 blocks per game, while shooting 49.4% from the field. That's their opponents that have averaged 110.6 a game. And the Lakers are 6-4 while averaging 114 points a game, 45 rebounds, 26 assists, 6 steals, 3 blocks per game, while shooting 47 from the field. And their opponents average 110.3. So it's kind of close in their winning percentage when it comes to that. So I still have Denver winning this game. I think Denver's going to win by at least 5 or 6. And it's really going to come down to the fourth quarter of who for me, I'm at a point where the third and fourth quarter is the main quarters you need to win a basketball game, because how you perform in the third quarter is really determines the game. If you really look at the playoffs now in the last couple of rounds, those third quarters have really determined who wins the game. And then sometimes, the Lakers came back in the fourth quarter, but at the same time, you like, this third quarter, they monstering. Can they do it again in the fourth? And Denver kind of slacked off because the Lakers made adjustments as what we expected. But I still see that Denver is going to counter adjust all the time. But that's what makes Denver the number one team in the West. Unfortunately,
I mean,
it's true.
And I think the main, not the main. Let me. I apologize for saying even, but one of the reasons why Lakers defense got better in that fourth quarter, not the top reason, not the fifth reason, probably closer to around like the 10th reason, but the Nuggets went from third gear to second gear to first gear.
Right.
They did. Because I mean, seriously, all the way to the four minutes left, they were like, we can manage, and that's what they did. They managed the rest of the game. They didn't go super overextending, and yeah, they took bad shots, and yeah, but it's just like, did they overextend themselves? Not at all, and that's how they barely got the win. But that's what they needed to do to win the game. Because
absolutely.
If they would have kept trying to go at their throat, say, you know what I mean? Like, again, your possibility of more turnovers, possibility of more misses, more. You're giving up defensive rebounds. You're giving up opportunities to touch the ball. Next thing you know, you're giving Lakers more opportunity to touch the ball, more opportunity to get confidence, more opportunity to come back and close it or win. So, I mean, again, it's like I get what they did and why they did it. And to Ed's point, yes, the Lakers defense did step up. But the one thing we definitely saw was that offense definitely laid back a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't wait.
They don't need. They can't afford to do that again, because 9 times out of 10, like you give them an opening and the Lakers can get you. And that's what I don't like. I like for them to stay consistent on offense all the way through the game.
And you know what? I definitely agree there. And
the Bruce Brown layup, I think we both agreed on that. He should have finished that layup, and it would have made it, a little better score as far as a cushion perspective.
Yeah, from a cushion perspective, yes. And that's what's really going to have to be big for the Nuggets to win this game, is those role players got to have that same game that they had in game 2. I mean, Porter's going to have to play great again. I think Eric Gordon needs to score a little bit more instead of 8 points. Bruce Brown got to keep doing what he's doing, just drive it to the basket, see if he could get Anthony Davis in foul trouble in this instance. Because I know Anthony Davis is going to get his. Jokic is going to get his. Murray's going to get his. LeBron's going to get his. Now, it's going to be the support. What supporting cast actually shows up in this game? Will D'Angelo Russell show up? Will Schroeder show up? Well, Hachimura showed up in game 1. But will But I don't really care for Vanderbilt. I don't think Vanderbilt is going to be that scorer, but
Right.
you need other guys to help you out, like a Lonnie Walker and those guys.
I like, dude. I think sometimes when they put him in, and when certain rotations come in, I just don't like the matchups that they put him on. Like, I understand he's a good defensive player, but I think you could use somebody differently, especially when you got Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker played. He's been playing decent defense.
Yeah.
And I like his offense way more than I like Vanderbilt's offense.
I see why he's no longer a starter.
More minutes. I like the fact that he's getting more minutes. I do. Just from, you know what I mean, like a NBA fan, you see a young guy who really is fundamentally decent, and he can be a spark plug. And I love it. Just Austin Reeves and that literally. I don't want the Lakers to win the series. No, I don't. I'm for the Nuggets because that's who I really think is going to win the series. But as the Lakers team, I respect them very much. I like Austin Rivers. That kid can freaking shoot. He knows how to run without the ball. He knows how to literally play his position.
Right.
The fact that I can tell you he will be in the league for probably another 10 years.
Agreed. Absolutely agree. And it's going to be a fun game, man. It's going to be a fun game.
Like, and you know, hey man, if the Lakers somehow get Bronny, man, Reeves can have probably 3, maybe 4 championships.
Listen,
but if they get Bronny, they have to go get Bryce.
Yeah, but I don't see that happening though. If the Lakers win the championship out of these 1 or 2 years, if it's a big if, but
you think that Bronny would be picked in the top 10 in the NBA?
I think if he shows out, if he does what he needs to do at USC and make them a relevant basketball school again and get them into a national the NCAA tournament and make a run, then why not? But that's only uncertain until we actually see what he does at USC.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give you this take right here. I got a feeling Bryce might be better than Bronny.
A lot of people say that already, and I agree. Bronny gives.
I caught some shit for saying it.
Nah, but the thing about it is though, I saw this thing on Instagram Reels. I think I saved it. I'm not too sure. But it was an Instagram reel where this guy, he goes out and he goes watch players, like those young players, like, you know, the people that play like Bronny and those guys like that. So he went to a game that Bronny played, and he said Bronny game reminds him of Donovan Mitchell's game in some sorts. If you look at the actual highlights of Bronny James, he does have a type of a similar game in a comparison to a Donovan Mitchell, the way he leaps off, the way he do his Euro step, the way he shoots the ball. The only thing I can say that looks like LeBron James is when he drives to the basket. That's one thing I can say. That's LeBron James all the way. But the way he Euro steps, the way he moves on the court, it gives me a little bit of Donovan Mitchell in some sorts. But Bryce might be the better player though. Just gotta wait and see.
I like his game from what I've seen from Bryce, and Bryce is getting to be big.
Listen, they both be strong players, strong and tall players, man.
All right, let's wrap this up because now I'm excited for this game tonight. I'm excited for this game.
It's gonna be a fun game, and I know y'all two gonna be arguing in the chat. So I'm gonna be live, and I'm gonna be minding my business, bro. I'm gonna be minding my business doing this game tonight. So I know that chat gonna be lit. The chat gonna be lit though, but episode 24 is definitely in the books. 25 is tomorrow to break down everything that went down today. And more topics is going to come down the pipeline. I cannot wait to do the episode 25. But make sure that y'all here tonight, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, Lakers Nuggets game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. That's going to be really fun to watch. I cannot wait for the Laker Nation to come in here and start talking smack to me like they do all the time when I'm in the chat, like the Boston Celtics fans was doing to me. They was trying to bully me in the chat, but no, we came up with that dub. Heat culture. I felt good to get a win yesterday.
At this point, we're in the playoffs, man. Stay humble. Stay humble, stay
Listen,
happy.
I'm humble. I'm humble as day.
I'm just talking about everybody in general.
Oh, okay.
Let's basketball games. Let's stay humble, people. We don't need to make any type of personal attacks and really take shit personally. You are not on the court. You're not on the court. You're not getting a championship ring. You get a new poster, a new T-shirt, new jersey. You know, it's great to have love. This is an awesome thing that we do. But realize, like, you know, you cannot take things personally. Root for your sport, but at the same time, let's keep it positive. Let's kill the negativity.
Well, let's keep it fun. I know they try to bully me on some fun stuff. They call me a bandwagon now, but I don't care. I don't care. But we'll definitely see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place, man. I'll see y'all tonight. Yep, have fun. Let's have some fun tonight. And I will see y'all in the next video, next audio, and we're out of here, y'all. Peace out.